Hello guests, and welcome to the 4th episode of The 8. Now before we get into this episode, we did unfortunately have the audio get corrupted for the last session, and we just don't have it anymore, which is really sad, because it ended up being one of my favorite episodes. You'll see why in a minute, because I'll explain to you everything, because you do kind of need context before jumping into today's episode. And so that I don't, take up too much time, this is a shorter episode compared to the previous 3, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I'll get right into what happened in the session that we lost, and what happened sort of in between those 2 episodes as well. Before the lost episode began, Ashdy had been separated from the rest of the party, as they went off to do research about their current ailments, the mummy lords, doppelgangers, stuff like that. Of course, Ashdy's going to be Ashdy, so he of course went straight to a bar. Now, on arrival, Ashdy encountered a stout elven man with a very uncomfortably large grin and a over-enthusiasm for alcohol. The elven man introduced himself as Heroforge and then promptly challenged Ashdy to a drinking competition. Of course, with any drinking competition, there has to be a little bit of a twist just to make it a bit fun. So, Heroforge's chosen form of alcohol was Dragon's Demise, a burning alcohol that gives you sort of the sensation of fire in your mouth. Oh yeah, and there's also 99% alcohol per volume. After a few rounds of intense shot-taking and a very, very burned throat on Ashdy's part, he did pass out. Not before Heroforge could tell him that, oh, the fun doesn't have to end there. That is when Ashdy reawoken in a dumpster of hay at the back of a longhouse in Gideon's sector in the Pirate Haven. The Mummy Lord heart no longer on his person. From there, the last episode began with the rest of the party finding out where Ashdy was and scrambling to make their way back over to Gideon's sector. Meanwhile, Ashdy got his act together, realized where he was, and with the help of Syrah, managed to make his way out of the dumpster. He did come across an illusion path being beckoned by a voice similar to Heroforge's, and definitely with the same enthusiasm, though not for alcohol this time. The voice beckoned him to an illusory path in the woods at the base of a hill. At the top of this hill was located Gideon's longhouse, a towering, monstrous longhouse in size, able to accommodate thousands of individuals to come and drink and party, with a large trunk of a tree sat in the middle that raised up and grew over top of the roof, being its main support. Inside, he found the hall pretty much completely empty, save for one figure. At the back of the longhouse, sitting in what is very clearly Gideon's throne, sat a man of Norse descent with a uncomfortably wide grin, and a very familiar enthusiasm. This man was Loki, the god of mischief. By now, the rest of the party had made their way over the Gideon sector and found themselves at the same illusory path. Though deterred by Loki at first, they did make their way through and into the longhouse to join Ashdy. They confronted Loki over his theft of the Mummy Lord heart, though to their dismay, he let them know he'd already handed it off. Of course, Loki being Loki, he's not going to just hand away a free Mummy Lord heart. No, he gave it to the highest bidder. The highest bidder being Castrata, the 8th Pirate Lord, as well as the daughter of the Frost Demon Lord of Death himself, Orcus. The party No, I don't need to. I'm not recording anything. That's fine, Maggie. You keep barking. You keep doing your thing. Where was I? The party, understandably heated, made a move to physically confront Loki, although he brought his own backup as well, and they were quickly outnumbered. Thankfully for them, Gideon is always watching their antics. So, Gideon jumped in, took out the cronies, and then told Loki to get the hell out of here. As Loki was on his way out, he left a special message to each one of the party members. For Ashdy, he let him know that his brother was quite the interesting character to follow. For Hestia, he let her know that, Her lineage is quite the cursed ordeal. For Meleo, he was quite drawn to her dragon egg, and let her know that it looked quite jittery, almost as if it's ready to hatch. He left Edge for last and simply told her, "Your uncle was a fun friend once. Shame about his death." And with a laugh, he left. Before anyone could properly react to what Loki had just said to them, Meleo entered into full parent mode. Meleo, along with the rest of the party, made their way out of Gideon's sector and right back to Datra's sector, heading straight for his factory. From the information they had gathered, once the egg was ready to hatch, it should be brought immediately to Datra's. So that's where they went. Datra let them know that he had an egg incubation chamber specifically for dragons, and this is also where they found out Datra has been rehatching dragons for quite a while, keeping them in large containment areas where they can roam relatively free. So far, he said, he had hatched 20 dragons in total, 10 chromatic and 10 metallic. He did try to keep them separated, though. While the party rested outside the incubation room, in the corridor where they could view onto both sides of the holding areas for the dragons, Meleo encountered 2 very important dragons for the future. The first, on the metallic side, a Sterinian, a brass adult dragon, who let her know that, he's quite fun, quite, restless, ready to get out there and do what's needed. And on the chromatic side, she met a young red dragon by the name of Garrix, who let her know about a prophecy, a sign that they were waiting for, all of the dragons were waiting for. The sign that a new age of dragons was coming, a new age where his kind could rule over the planet once again. Meleo, being the only one that could speak Dragonic in the party, kept this information to herself, deeming it best to do her own research in her own time. Speaking of research, the rest of the party got straight to work on their own personal quest, Ashdy doing research into Orcus and into Suleiman, the dreaded pirate that kidnapped him as a child, and Jerry, the man that sold him out. Hessie, on the other hand, did research into her hometown to see, what was this deal with her lineage and why was she cursed. As for Edge, her information led her to find out that her crew, the Cat's Cradle, were docked at Datra's sector. Edge decided she'd use this opportunity to go say hi and see if they can use the Cat's Cradle as their transportation across the planet. Meleo, wanting to get away for a moment and relax a bit, calm down from the excitement of her egg getting hatched, decided to go with Edge. On arrival, though, they found the Cat's Cradle a burning wreck and located inside one of the repair bays. Thankfully, none of the crew had been harmed. Fang of the Snake, the captain of the ship and a close friend of Edge's, let her know that they had been attacked by a familiar red ship with dragon iconography and wielding the flag of Horatio. It was at this point the party realized even people connected to the party are no longer safe. So, with that, we are all caught up from the lost episode, and we can get right into the next one. Now, this episode by far is one of the most jam-packed episodes, and has probably some of our favorite memories that we talk about constantly still nowadays. And of course, it is much shorter than the previous couple episodes, and there's not really a lot of pausing or distraction, which makes it just, a great episode. So please, sit back, grab a nice drink, grab a snack, grab whatever you want, and watch the chaos ensue.
You want to stream? We might stream.
I am looking at getting into
Eventually, not yet.
Because I have so many group members that have to Skype in my other campaigns. I've been looking at getting into like a conference microphone.
That'd be good.
Like a conference call thing. So I'm probably gonna get that when I can afford it, and once that happens, I can start bringing that.
All right, let me bring
I do actually have a mic. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, you do.
do that.
It's a
next
directional mic. Well, fam, I already brought so much stuff with me today.
That's
I'm
true.
sorry.
That's true.
time. Listen, in like maybe a couple months, you won't have to bring a table anymore.
Because we're gonna make a table.
What?
We're gonna make a table.
We're gonna make a table.
Okay. Anyways, let's continue with the story.
Where
Now
were
then.
we?
This.
So I think the last we left off, at least in the RP chat, me and Meleo I was at the boat. Meleo had just left.
Meleo
Yeah,
just-
I returned. I didn't
So,
achieve anything. 'cause I
Here's the
asked-
thing. On your way back,
On our way back.
I'm just gonna keep this going.
Edge is gonna grab the thing that she left.
Yep.
And so Meleo, you see Edge coming out of the ship. She kind of runs into the ship and into her probably damaged quarters and like kind of And she comes out. Found it. She's got a little hip flask.
Nice. That's
I left this behind when I left.
So you guys start making your way back to the factory. You head up the transport tubes. You head down the roads. And, you're heading through the crowded streets of Datros sectors. It's essentially New York. And at one point, you're walking past like a row of restaurants, like really nice, fancy looking restaurants. And you just hear from one of them. All right, this next song is brought to you. Just got it, first time playing it. Good, long-time friend sitting in the front row. It's quite a nice song. It's his personal favorite. We're just gonna give it a play. See what you think.
You got a friend in me.
Hey, I think I know who's
You
playing
got a
this song.
friend in me.
What's going on?
This might be a friend of mine. I walk up to the area where the restaurant's going.
So it's sort of an open restaurant area. It's sort of an outdoor band sort of set up on the porch. And you see a whole bunch of tables set up. It's got like nice nighttime lighting, because it's later in the day. Nice warm orangey yellow lights, black covering, black table sets. It's a very smooth sort of restaurant. And you see this sort of band set up of a man at a fancy looking piano.
Portable?
No.
Okay.
And then the singer is standing up with a cello, just doing his thing. And I can't. So yeah, that's the general setting. It's crowded. There doesn't seem to be an available seat anywhere.
I move towards the front, where the stage
I'm
is.
very curious at this point.
Just kind of watching from the outskirts, letting him do his thing.
So as you move up towards the front, you get to the front of the stage. Music is louder, very obviously. But in the front row, at a table by himself, you see a jumper-clad, ibis-headed person just sitting there going.
So he's sitting on a table, not the one performing?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I sit next to him on the table.
On top of the
On
table?
the table.
Not on the table, on the chair next to the table.
There is no chair. He's
Oh,
by
damn.
himself at the table.
Actually, yeah, I do sit on the table.
And just standing back, not in anyone's way, just
Not like right in front of him, but like on the edge, on the opposite side.
like
Like a
perching
casual,
on,
yeah.
perching, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Casually sitting.
Yeah.
So the ibis-headed man is just, he's got his eyes closed, humming along.
Hi, Bestum.
Meleo!
It's been so long since I've seen you.
Meleo! Oh, please, come around. Let me give you a hug.
Go around and I hug him. Straighten out his owl patterned sweater.
Red, bright owl on the front.
Yes. What brings you to here?
Oh, well.
It's been so long since the Bard's College.
Your computer's struggling.
Oh, it's very struggling. Oh, well, as you can see, I was delivering a piece of music to, one of the old students, the alumni.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, your favorite song too.
Well, that's what I gotta do.
That's how I knew it was you.
What are you doing here?
It's a long story, really.
Oh, please, I have
a
all
lot
the time
happening.
in the world.
Bestum, this is my friend.
Yeah,
my new
Edge,
friend.
Edge is gonna walk up.
Yeah. Her name is Light on the Water's Edge.
Oh,
Call me Edge.
nice to meet you. And he puts
Nice
my hand out.
But yeah, there's a lot happening. Actually, now that I think about it, we're gathering a crew to sail on a ship, and I need allies. We all need allies. Would you be interested?
I don't know, I mean, yeah, I'm always up for a bit of travel.
We'll travel. It will be slightly dangerous. I do have to say that. Slightly.
I mean, I know you're better well equipped than I am. Your friend. He looks down at her claws. Looks capable.
Are we getting another bard?
No.
Okay.
And I mean, could be a good opportunity. Are you just like where are you going?
We think we're traveling north. Up to the northern
North
continents.
is the general direction that we thought we'd go in. A couple stops along the way.
We might stop by
Glaucus, that sort of area.
Yeah, we might stop by the eastern continent, and then Glaucus, and then our way up.
Oh well,
For now.
it's been a minute or two since I've been to the northern.
Yeah.
I'd be down for joining you.
All right. I don't know when we will start to sail. It'll be soon. We're still waiting for our ship to be completed.
Yeah, the ship has to be built, and with everything else, although how many hours do we have until?
Right now, it is. Oh god, I gotta scroll down. It is about 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. So, and how many hours do we have left until hatching time?
Hatching time is at 11:30.
Okay, so we got plenty of time.
We have some time. And then after this, we're gonna head into the demon disorders.
We're going to go to Castrado's sector.
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'll wait for you here!
Okay, that's I figured
yeah.
you'd say that.
I think that's the wiser choice here.
Yes.
Yeah, probably. We have some business to take care of there. But when we're back, we will be sailing out. If you want to join us.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there like a place I should wait for you guys?
I know, I don't know if Ashdy and Hestia have gotten anyone together yet, but my crew is currently down at the docks.
Down at the docks, if you see a very large ship being repaired with lots of burn marks, that would be the one.
Green patterned sails, with the flag is a green field of golden palm trees. It's a tabaxi crew. You can just tell them that you're with us.
Did I like to sing?
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll go join them then.
Absolutely, go right ahead.
Yeah, let me just go say goodbye to them,
Yes.
and then I'll head on.
And Rainbow, the grumpy one, don't let him fool you. He's not actually that bad.
Well, the name of Rainbow.
He hates it, but everyone else loves it. So he'll act like a grumpy. He's not.
Alright, well, that's we've got to be on our way, but it's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. I look forward to sailing with you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got your back, no matter what. Alright? And I give him a big hug.
I like the sweater, by the way.
Oh, the jumper, please.
Jump.
You also notice, as he's now standing up, he's wearing... That's the jumper.
That's very different from what I had in my head.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He's also wearing a Egyptian shin knife skirt.
Very interesting combination.
Oh, well, province of Philonal.
Yeah, we met at the Bard College in the province of Phil. You're not there.
I know. I'm there in spirit.
You're there in spirit. All right. Well, we've got hatching to witness.
We
So
need to head
we
back,
will see
'cause-
you later.
Oh, you can tell me that story later.
Yeah. So
Next
much
time
to
you
catch up.
see her, she'll technically be a mother.
Oh!
Adoptive.
That's why I said technically.
Mother.
Congratulations either way.
I can be the
Thank
godfather.
you.
No.
No.
I can pet myself. Why have you come to
All right, and we
No, that's-
walk on back.
Yep, so you head on back to Datros.
Yes.
Hestia and Ashdia are
Hestia and Ashdia? You almost killed Aaron.
I inhaled a lot of water.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
Hestia and Ashdy are still in the corridor in their bunks, taking a look at the lecterns, looking up information. Datra is still in the room. Occasionally, you see Ashdy ask a question to Datra, and Datra just and then answer him as you're walking down the long corridor in the way. Ambient dragon noises, of course.
I'm going to say it again. No, I'm not going to say it again.
Oh, you should.
I'm just gonna walk in.
I'm not gonna say
Okay,
it again.
okay. I'm just gonna walk in. I want to go up to Datra, save him from Ashdy's grasp for like a minute.
I was asking legitimate questions.
I'm
Thank you.
sure you were Ashdy. And I'm gonna ask him if there's any updates, anything. How's my egg?
Oh, well, the egg's doing fine. Boy. Let you know.
Okay, thank you. And I stand there awkwardly, not knowing what to do with myself.
This is right next to Datra.
Literally, I just.
So as you're standing there, Datra's just, yep, I will let you know. And then he takes a step over to his right.
So, did them walking down to the ship count as a long rest? Like,
We're still
where did
at
that
a long
long
That
rest
didn't.
go?
That didn't.
It's not that far.
And it's not happened yet. I don't think.
Okay.
We're
I don't think
still,
it's happened yet.
we're still there.
Well, I'm
This is the long rest.
Yeah.
We're still resting.
Technically resting.
I'm just
We're not
been
doing
chilling.
anything strenuous.
Yeah.
I've just been chilling like a baby.
Yeah, you've been looking up your information.
I'm gonna go back to sleep.
'Kay.
Actually get some rest.
All right, you're
Let
gonna
me
head to
check
bed.
where
I mean, I might as well sleep at this point. I'm not doing anything.
Cool.
Alright.
Ooh, there's my phone.
Edge is gonna take another swig of her flask and then go to sleep.
Well,
Yeah, you notice that she has a flask now.
Is it an infinity flask?
Unfortunately not, though I'm kind of tempted to get it that way. Probably switching like yours between a couple of different things. That'd be really nice.
Ooh.
That's it.
Okay, I was like, was that accidental?
It's whiskey. Oh, it's not. It's not. No, I don't say whiskey, but it's good.
All right.
It's 100% lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Feel betrayed.
Oh my god, do something to prevent scurvy.
That is fair.
Wait, you took a swig of it?
Oh, he did.
Lemon
Yep.
juice.
Right.
Yeah, no. Pull up my rum.
You do so. Yeah, this is the ambient sound you're hearing, by the way.
Oh, sleeping through this is.
Yeah, this will be
Interesting.
fun to sleep through.
They're very distant, but
Is
they
there
are
a very
there.
tiny palm tree on top of that gate? Because it's distracting.
No,
Okay.
that would
It's a
be
dragon figure.
a green version of Odin's bird.
So, like, God of War.
Yes.
Yeah,
God of War, isn't it?
okay.
Gotcha. Okay. It looks like a tiny palm tree.
Tiny palm tree.
All right.
Tiny palm tree and penis land.
Okay, so I assume you rest.
You rest. You all rest, and we go back to where we were at the end of last session.
Okay. Oh my god. Ah! I'm fine. It's fine.
Let's see if I have appropriate music.
Still just drinking.
I'm
Okay.
again. I'm right where I said I was last time. I was in front of the egg, as close as I can get to it.
Oh, what time is it now?
Step against the
Yep. So it's 11:30 p.m.
Hey!
And
Guess we're all just chilling.
well, most of you are asleep. All of you are asleep, in fact.
Oh, would we not have woken up?
Nope. It's 11:30.
Can somebody
And
wake us up? I want to be here for this.
hold up. So, Meleo, of course, you wake up to shaking, and you hear Datra's voice. Get up. Meleo.
Wake up. What? What is it? What? Oh.
I figured you'd want to be there for the hatching.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, yes. And I start like rattling everyone in my range. Just like, wake up, wake up. And I
God.
Like,
what
Your
the fuck?
dragon's actually.
my dragon's such. Wake up! Isn't it? It's coming.
What do you want?
Shit. Okay.
And I just run. I don't even like answer questions. I just like.
It's
You
Go after
you
that.
sprint into the
Hatching.
room.
Get the fuck up. Hatching.
Yeah,
Edge is
you
not coherent.
Meleo, you sprint into the room, and Datra's just standing there looking at the others, going, "The egg's about to hatch."
I walk.
That's great.
Yeah, there we go.
So you walk into the room,
Oh, totally.
and you see the shining lights of the incubator just going fucking wild.
Yeah.
It's just, and you see the egg in the center, just sitting there, very slightly vibrating. You can see a tiny little crack in it for a moment. And then the crack gets bigger and bigger, and then a piece falls off.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And you see a little claw peek through as it's pushing out of the egg.
Oh my god. I'm so excited.
And then more cracks form, and more pieces fall off, and soon the egg just shatters apart, as you see this small little whelp of a dragon sitting there,
What does it look like?
shining white, with tiny little horns already growing in, its wings barely able to form as it's now fully born and in the world, alive and awakened.
So it's a white dragon.
Before we get back into a serious moment, does anyone have an extra pencil? Because I can't find any of them.
I do not.
That didn't work. I was about to toss it and then I realized wait, and then I just kind of
Thank you.
stopped halfway
Cool.
through.
Yep, where were we?
Yeah, that works. And yeah, so the dragon is standing there, and you notice the incubator is still going.
That's right. It's hatched. I think.
Oh,
Can you let it out?
No, actually, no. We usually grow them up to wormling size.
Doesn't
He
that
did
hurt?
mention that.
I mean, but is that okay? Doesn't it have some developmental thingamajig to go through? I don't know. It's
Well, to get to really, it sort of goes through what we would call a dragon puberty after wormling age. Currently, within the stage of being a newborn whelp and a wormling, it simply just has to grow.
Okay.
Plus, again, we will be checking afterwards, make sure everything's fine, everything's normal. But right now, vitals look good. Should be perfectly stable.
And what color was it again?
Yeah.
White.
It appears to be sort of a silvery white color.
It's just glistening white.
Glistening white.
Now I know what a white dragon means, but this doesn't seem like a normal white ice dragon.
Yes, well, the egg itself didn't appear normal either, now did it?
Yeah. I was hoping it hatching would resolve a couple questions, but it's just bringing up more.
As I usually do.
As I usually do.
Hey
Alright.
guys, make a perception check with us.
Back! I'm gonna use my new die.
Wait, what are they rolling for?
Perception.
Can I see
So we
In
roll
order
a D.
to see something in the room.
We
Can I
roll
see
it.
the thing? The thing. The rolly thing.
The
Oh,
rat dice.
it's here.
Go ahead. Oh, that was... It's
21.
21. 21.
21.
You said perception? I got a 14.
14.
9.
9. Hey, Edge. As you're looking around, sort of, information's barely going into your head. As you're looking around, you're curious about other things in this room, and your eyes are drawn to the row of unborn dragon eggs that are currently waiting to get to the point where they can be incubated. And, you see standard ones. You see sort of an ivy-colored one that's got a little bit of grass growing on it. You see a very standard red glowing dragon egg. A normal sort of pearl-looking egg. And all the way on the end, what you can generally presume is the soon to be incubated eggs. You see sort of this deep black glistening egg. If you could give a name to it, it would be platinum.
Hi. So early morning, like 8:07 a.m. editing Kai here. I am aware now that platinum is more of a silvery white color. So just, whenever I say platinum as a deep black purplish color in the future, just imagine I'm saying silver.
Does she tell us this?
Is it metagaming for me to roll a history check?
What is your previous knowledge of dragons that we've determined so far?
I don't think we did.
Go ahead, bro.
But she is a bard of lore.
What are you?
So,
That's fair. What are you
Yes.
rolling history to determine?
if I've heard of any platinum dragons before,
Go ahead.
any important ones.
Shit.
21.
21.
You remember mention of platinum dragons in history books dating back many eras ago. Many eras ago.
Any sort of particular important figures?
You remember one name, and you remember it as being Bahamut. But you also remember it mentioning that Bahamut died many eras ago, along with all the rest of the platinum dragons.
How much of a Meleo, how much did you tell us about your conversation with the dragon earlier?
I didn't tell you guys anything. The only person that I said anything to him is. Did they know that I was talking to the dragon? Yeah, they knew.
Well, yeah, because you were talking
I was
to
Anyone who
dragons.
was awake at the time.
I was
Okay.
literally sitting next to you.
Yeah, it's like I commented a couple things to him, but I didn't really say anything about the
Okay,
conversation.
and Edge wouldn't have understood you because she only speaks curse words.
Yep.
But she's just gonna kind of
Are you
store
gonna?
that information away for later when Meleo doesn't look like she's about to have a panic attack.
Oh, that's fine.
Because she gets the feeling this information probably wouldn't help things.
Probably.
Actually, would I know any? Like, would I have ever heard of like this all colors dragon thing
Nope.
before? Okay,
What is your computer doing?
that's what I thought, but I
Because
figured
it's Apple.
nothing ventured, nothing gained. So
Exactly. So, seeing as we have to grow it up, it should be really only another couple of minutes.
Oh.
I mean, we're growing it up by months right now.
Okay. I'm not ready for this, but sure.
I'll just drink the next couple minutes.
Can I have a
I'm
sleep?
gonna prestidigitation like a party popper.
Yes.
Thank you. There you go.
But yeah, you notice the dragon now slowly growing in size over time, and its horns growing out, its wings. It sort of takes a moment to spread them in between growing, and flaps them. And soon, the lights start to fade, and the humming sounds die out.
I get closer if I can.
You are allowed.
Get as close as physically
You're right up against the glass, just staring at it. And soon the pedestal lowers to accommodate the size of the dragon, and filling pretty much the entire size of the incubation chamber, larger, roughly the length of this table, and roughly about that tall. The dragon is standing there. Its scales glittering with all of the chromatic colors.
Rainbow of the sky.
God, I don't know what to
And
say.
it gives, it looks around for a moment and just gives a small,
I say in Draconic, hello. See if you can hear me through the glass.
it looks at you and locks eyes, but it does not speak.
Might not be able to yet.
Do you think it wants some alcohol?
No, it doesn't want. Shut the fuck up, Ashdy. I looked at Datra. Can you open the?
Not. It would be advised that we do our experiments first, and that we can see how the dragon is
Probably
feeling
not.
about you.
Okay, then I turn back to the dragon and I say in Draconic, welcome. And I say something along the lines of, they're gonna make sure you're healthy, and you'll be coming right out.
And the dragon is still staring at you, locking eyes with you, and it just goes.
This is internal, Meleo,
Yeah.
by the way. And I just kind of nod back to it. And I take my hands off the glass and keep staring at it.
Datros just puts his hand on your shoulder, and it's comforting for a moment, and then he starts dragging you away from the glass.
No. Alright.
And as he's pulling you back, he turns you around, puts another hand on your shoulder, walking you away from the glass, and you see a series of men and Datroids walking up into the incubation chamber and just trying to be very calm, very gentle. They have what appear to be tape measures and other devices with which to make sure the dragon is okay.
See a couple like knives and
Now,
scalpels.
you see no sharp objects.
Yeah, just blunt ones. They brought some warhammers and
Clubbing
stuff.
the babies.
One has a laser gun. Now,
I keep close by just to be able to watch like everything, and like if the dragon seems like it's like getting kind of anxious about anything, I just kind of say it's okay, it's okay.
Detra lets you know this is in order to get all our experiments run, and we're going to run them a couple of times just to make sure everything's absolutely okay.
Mhm.
Should be another 2 hours.
You all have what merry fun you might want to have. I will stay here with the dragon. Do what you need.
We'll wait with you. There's not going to be anything out here right now anyway. No, actually, in this sector, there might be, but
Okay.
we'll wait with you.
So for the first half hour, you see them sort of measuring every single aspect of the dragon. Its head, its jawline, the size of its teeth, the horns, the wing size, how long is it from one arm to the other, just every aspect of the dragon they could possibly measure, writing down and keeping track of it.
At some point, I ask if Datra has any very strong tea, like really strong black tea.
Yes, I believe we can get some for you. And you see him look up and to the right. And sometime in the next half hour, a very well-dressed man, the same well-dressed man, walks through the doors to the incubation chamber and just has a silver platter with a cup of tea and a kettle on top of it. And he just comes over and hands it to you.
Appreciate it.
And then starts walking away.
Pours a little bit of lemon in there. Nice.
Hester will not be joining us.
Well,
That's fine.
since we're waiting, can you perhaps teach me a little draconic?
Sure thing. Give me a moment.
Wait,
I
do we actually have to
started
roleplay this, or can we just...
No, I'm doing this for fun
can?
sakes. Just keep.
But yeah, we're in the next half hour segment. During this next half hour, you notice that they are finishing up their measurements, and now they are swiping samples from its mouth, just like double checking, making sure its biomechanics are all good, all good.
All together well.
Yes. The next half-hour segment is testing out its wingspan. And you can see they're trying to get the dragon to jump or fly, see if it can do anything within the chamber. And it actually jumps fairly high and seems to get a grasp on its wings relatively fast. It jumps up to roughly the top of the chamber, a couple dozen feet up, and then flaps itself lightly back down to just collapse onto the ground, laying down, just lays its head down on its little claws.
I kind of congratulate it every time it does something like that. I just kind of get like, you did really good, very good,
I
very
will
nice.
admit, so much for discretion on the island.
Well, so much for discretion indeed. But then again, I wasn't expecting this to happen quite yet. So
That is true, but I do remember at one point you were slightly worried about people noticing us.
They're definitely gonna notice us.
Yeah.
well,
Dragons normally are gonna do that.
Yeah.
That that one is going to. That's unusual.
It's very pretty.
it's fine.
Does it have a name?
We'll find out. Also, the word I wanted to teach you in Draconic is Trintele. It means alcohol. You're welcome. So yeah, I do teach him. I go through the steps of teaching him some Draconic.
So in the last half hour of the 2-hour time span, number one is now 1:30 in the morning.
Oof. I got like the haggard
Our
face.
sleep schedule is so messed
Oh,
up.
your sleep schedule
And
is
hands
done.
her cup tea.
Melio's movements are all super robotic at this point.
You do notice. You do
Spending too much time with the Datrites.
You do notice that the teacup, the kettle, hasn't seemed to run out of tea in the past hour.
Can I keep this?
No.
You know where I can get one?
No. Within the last half hour,
You can just steal
you notice them take what appears to be like a light blue scroll, a very long scroll, and they put it up against its body and roll it out and just hold it in place and seem to stick it on the ground next to its body. And you see this cord coming off of it, and one of the men just taps it, and you see this the screen pop up with light, and on it you see the shape of the dragon, but now you can see its skeleton.
Oh,
that's
that's
weird.
odd.
I love it.
Does everything look okay? I just kind of look close.
They seem to be nodding their heads and pointing at different sections to check on it.
Meleo nods like she knows what's going on.
And you see the man press the button again, and now instead of its skeleton, you can see its muscle layer. And again, they're looking at it, they're double checking. Presses it again, you can see its organs. You can see its heart pulsing and its liver sort of moving about.
The liver being the liver.
The liver being the liver.
The liver just livering.
Yep.
Yeah.
Livering?
No.
Hey, let the liver liver its life.
That joke was
Okay.
delivered
That's-
terribly.
And that's just
Liver up here right now, okay?
That was a
Anyhow.
stretch.
No, listen,
Anyway.
it's good, I'm the DM. So,
the DM side.
and yeah, once they appear to like finish up and move the scroll down, and they all exit out from the incubation chamber.
Is it a boy dragon or a girl dragon?
Datra looks at you all. Doesn't appear to have one. A gender, that is.
Interesting. Is that normal for dragons?
It's occasionally, yes.
At the test then?
Yes.
Shall we?
Well, it's only really one more test.
What would that be?
Whether it wants to go with us or stay here.
Indeed.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be awkward?
Love it. Well, let's just go ahead and do this. Okay.
So you follow Datra into the incubation chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Just Meleo, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Just Meleo.
Amelia, I'll hold your back for you.
And as you enter, the dragon sort of perks up and gets up from its perch, standing up fully.
Standing up, where's its head?
The top of its head would be at your shoulders.
That's a big boy.
The big boy! The big boy! I kind of walk up to it. I don't get super close to it, just like in a comfortable, like sort of
Conversational
distance.
Yep. Datra is standing at the same pace as well, and you see as Datra puts his hand up to his neck and just pushes in, and then he begins to speak in Draconic.
Okay.
I shouldn't be surprised by this.
Does he say something?
He looks at Dragon and says, hello. Welcome to life, really. There's a very simple thing, a final test of your own volition. There is two options you have. You can stay here, enter the inhabitants with other dragons, and live your life with other dragons. We will monitor you, we will feed you, etc. Or you can go out into the world and join Meleo here. She pretty much had you for the remainder of your incubation time. Cared for you, very loving towards you, has really what most would call an obsession over you.
I say draconic obsession is a harsh word. More like motherly love. But continue. Attachment,
Yes.
if you will.
An attachment, yes. But it is your choice where to go.
I kind of look at the dragon and I say, "What do you think? Want to see the world?"
The dragon looks up, sort of eyes both of you. And it takes a step forward. sort of a gingerly questioning step. Looks again to Datra. Looks to Meleo.
You got this, Sarah.
And that's the end of the
You got
session.
That's where I should have ended it.
The dragon hatched. The end.
That was
And
like,
Great campaign!
Yeah.
Great campaign!
You guys were fantastic.
Oh, man. Time for the next one.
I
No.
kind of put my hand out.
The dragon looks at your hand and then just sort of moves its head down and places its head right up against your hand.
You
No,
gotta
I
touch
can't.
him. You gotta touch him
I don't want to touch him. I don't want to touch him.
No.
I just pet him.
And
And that's all him.
the dragon just sort of like enjoys it,
So happy right now.
making little like
I'm glad that mounted combat feat's not
Sounds.
going to waste.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
so-
think it's not because wormlings are are they medium or small class? Medium.
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 It's big enough to ride. That's the first question I asked.
It's big enough to ride.
Oh, is it?
Sure.
Okay.
It's very much big enough for ride.
I can link you to the if it would help at all. I can link you to the Dragon Rider class.
Say what?
There is a
No.
Dragon Rider class in 5e.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Should be good.
Ashdy's just standing there smiling with this infinite
Yeah, it's
look.
just like,
I say to the, I asked the dragon, what's your name?
It looks at you. The dragon looks up at you, and it speaks in Dragonic for the first time,
Oh!
and it just simply says, "You tell me."
Ah!
The name's
I don't know what to name him now. Oh
now.
no, I didn't think this was gonna happen. I didn't prepare a name.
You don't have a name?
I don't have a name. I thought I'd have a no. Fuck. Okay.
Frank.
Girl, I got you. Hold on.
Sarah,
Yeah.
you do remember that Datra said they name all the dragons.
I know, but I also remember that the dragon was like, I've had many names.
What?
Remember that the dragon I
Shadow
talked to
Silence.
had already had a previous name?
Yeah, but he also said Datra chose this one for me, but it is
Okay.
also my name.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Shit.
That's gonna get messed up when you go meet the Egyptian gods.
Yeah, let's
I was
not
about
do
to
that.
say just to name it
Osiris will
Anubis.
fuck us up.
No, you name it Yom.
No.
No!
What's the dragon name from Skyrim?
Which one?
The big boss dragon.
Fucking.
Alduin?
Yeah,
Fucking Alduin.
Parthenax. But no, it is up to Sarah.
I can't wait to find the next session.
Yes,
Mhm.
please
Y'all
do.
don't understand.
They might leave the island this session, so we'll see.
Give me somebody. Oh, I gotta think of a name.
Oh, yeah. Granted, I'll be in contact with you over Discord the next week.
Here we go. Found it. Dragon names.
It was also
I am
really
also
funny
on-
when Edge was like, "Oh, let's go see if Hestia and Ashdy have collected anybody." I'm like, I've been sitting in my cot this entire time.
Also, you don't have
Oh.
any allies here.
No, I don't have any friends.
There's also an Eastern version, like for Chinese dragons. If you just hit the back button, you'll see it.
Also found out, not surprisingly,
Hold on,
we
can
don't
I
have any
name him
friends in the
anything?
Province of Phil either, so
This was just.
How do you know
Yeah,
that?
I might name him
Well-
in my language. Hold on.
it's just an assumption.
You might have some friends in the province of Phil.
But remember,
Friends. Ash, do you have friends? Everyone wants to kill you.
I might be
Okay.
your friend.
I'm sorry, guys.
You should have saw what happened when Rick said he had feelings for me.
Oh, yeah.
Ashdy shut
God.
down.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a character?
Rick didn't say it. Edge told you.
Physical one.
That's true, but
Give him the link to Roll20 while I'm doing this madness.
Hmm.
If you can. I don't know if you can.
No, because I want you guys to get the physical character sheets now. So,
Oh, okay.
might as well just, figure things. The character sheets are free online to download and print.
I can print you some in a minute. Hold on.
I have so much stuff.
What are we doing?
Oh, yeah, if you want a visual for Datra as well.
He's just
like Steve Jobs.
he's robot Steve Jobs.
That's you?
No, that's
that,
Datra.
Oh, yeah, that's the dude we're talking to.
Robot Steve Jobs / Elon Musk.
So you said I got the laminated information for all the stuff that I looked
Yeah.
up, right? Okay.
3 laminated folders labeled Ashdy, Jerry, Ulfgard, and Suleiman.
Jerry. Oh, Jerry.
Good old Jerry Gary. Jerry?
I'm just putting him down as Gary, even though his name is Jerry.
Yes, because that is what Ashdy would do.
Gary, everything.
I always have a moment, because they're 2 very similar names. I always have a moment where I forget which one Ashdy calls him.
And which one is his actual name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Esmond folder.
I keep forgetting Horatio exists.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Horatio.
He's
does
one of the
exist,
pirate
doesn't
lords.
he?
He's actually a kobold.
I will name them Aroha, which is love in Maori,
Okay.
because my character is based on Islander. Shut the fuck up.
Aloha.
Say it again for me.
Aroha.
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 A red.
It's Aroha.
Just type it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. He responds, yeah. I like
And I kind of laugh when I say arrow for short, and I take out one of my arrows.
it.
Okay, now.
And Datra looks to you and says, well, congratulations. We'll go ahead and open the hatch, and you and Aroha can head out of here.
And we do!
And just holding her action, and as soon as she sees Meleo and Aroha step out, she just like party popper with prestidigitation. Muzzle top.
Alright, and I introduce it to the group, and I say, everybody, this is Aroha. Or Arrow, for short.
And Arrow just gives a soft.
Yeah, we might all have to learn
and
Draconic.
welcome.
I'm gonna teach you Common.
Maybe I should just have learned to comprehend languages.
It looks to you, and
No, the other one I
it
thought
looks to you,
was
and in your head, you hear Arrow speak and says, "Don't worry, I will learn it."
Oh!
Wow!
Huh? Huh? How many things in this campaign are going to speak to people in their heads?
Everything
Lots.
speaks.
Holy crap! Well,
I cast a message on Ashdy. I'll just say, hello, Ashdy.
all right. How do I say hello again?
There's
I say,
I think she's fucking with you, Ashdy. I don't speak Draconic myself, but I think she's fucking with you.
do you actually tell me how to say it?
I do tell him how to say hello.
I repeat whatever the Draconic lady says.
I believe it was Avion.
Yeah,
Avion.
Avion. And the dragon responds, Avion.
Great.
God.
Good. Alright. Well, thank you, Datra.
You're welcome.
If you need to know anything, if anything happens, I'll let you know.
Trust me, if
Yeah,
Arrow does anything, we'll know.
Yeah. Oh, good question. So dragons aren't really a common thing in anywhere, right? I know one dragon out in the wild.
Oh, well, yes, the majority of them died off a long time ago, but there are some in certain areas, more in others.
How much of a sore thumb would we be walking around with a non-traditionally colored dragon anywhere?
Pretty sore, I would say.
Should we be careful, is my question.
Yes. Highly careful.
Is there any way to disguise them?
Them? Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Well, how? I don't have any.
There's, of
I
course-
don't have any spells for transformation. I don't have any
That's-
spells.
I mean, how I've heard there's various items I know of that. It's spells certainly. It's
Chopsticks.
Meleo, can you cast minor illusion?
I have minor illusion, but it's
Would it be? I don't think it'd be big enough for this.
a very small minor
Yeah.
illusion.
There's just a square out of it that's
It's,
invisible.
it's a hat.
Well, to be honest, I mean, you could speak to Marvin.
What
And-
was to Marvin? You said.
Yeah, you can go speak to Marvin. I'm sure he'd have some.
Damn, I have a quick question. Would I be able to notice
Roll
that?
insight.
Yes! So, backstory.
Where's my die?
So, Marvin is the old guy that works at a magic shop. And is
He's
magical.
named Marvin because he's based off Merlin.
Yeah.
Picture
And
the
looks like
Merlin from
Merlin.
Shrek.
The thing is, however, his name is Sheila, and he's a beautiful young
Really
woman.
hot lady.
Who looks
Who
like
he
Kate Blanchett
slept with.
And is
Forever.
also like when we asked about a brothel, they're like, oh, you could go to Sheila's. Like that kind of.
Yeah.
Is that
Ashdy's
insight?
had sex with
Inside.
Ashley's had good sex with her once.
And not so much the
Not so
second
much the
time.
second time.
I
I have
just.
a question.
So,
Is the dragon a boy or a girl?
It's
No.
a them.
It's
It doesn't
just
have it in
there.
there. It doesn't have any, like, bids. That's a 12?
12?
That's a 4.
4.
Where the fuck did that go?
Yeah, he's talking about Marvin.
Okay. Alright. Marvin. Alright. Then let's go to Marvin. I look to Arrow and I say, "Can you fly?" Yet.
As in,
Just how high can you fly? Do you know? No, you don't know.
you saw me in the chamber.
Hello, can you go?
Okay.
Yeah, but the chamber has a roof.
How tall? Yeah, like can it? DM.
It can fly an okay distance.
Okay. We'll work on the flight. We'll practice. For now,
We should get giant hoops.
I was gonna say we might just want to fly over the city, overhead the city, so we're not spotted. But I don't know if you're.
Can all of us fit, including
No,
Hestia?
you will go to Marvin. I was gonna say what might be best is for you guys to go to Marvin, get an whatever thing is needed, and we will fly over the city. But I guess we just have to wait here until you have something to disguise Arrow.
That might be the best.
Alright.
Hestia, wait here with Meleo.
Hestia, and Sira. Oh, by the way, Hestia, the girl that wasn't here today, she is a human wizard with a baby phoenix.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Sorry.
With a phoenix origin.
With a phoenix origin. And she's got a baby phoenix who talks in everyone's head.
Sierra,
I like this baby.
would you like to join us? Since
Sarah looks at you and is just like,
Sierra likes me.
Last time she hung out with you, you got in dumpster.
Hey.
Sarah just nods and flaps over to Ash's shoulder.
All right.
Alright, then Hestia, Arrow, and I just chill and talk and chat.
And we will go find Marvin.
Alright, so
Sheila.
Marvin's Pink Palace.
you guys head over to Marvin's shop. The
No,
beautiful, bright pink purple palace sitting on the edge of Datra's sector. And you walk up to the door, and it's got the same sign on it saying closed. Because
Shit.
it's 1 a.m.
Shit.
That's right.
yeah.
I forgot about that. That's right.
That one.
Well, it's actually 3 a.m. Well, that would be 1 a.m.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
ish,
Close-ish.
probably.
Right around.
Don't
Want to go find a bar to party at until this place opens up? Does it have any hours posted on the door? Like, when are we, okay, when does it open?
8.
8.
We can do that for 6
Let's go
hours.
party. Yeah, we can party for 6 hours. We're gonna go party for 6 hours.
So you're walking along, and you manage to find the club row,
Nice.
which
Oh
is
my
just
God.
Las Vegas.
full of just like this weird.
Like that.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
like
just
that.
like beatbox music going on, just blaring, and you see people in like weird clothing, just like woo, woo in the streets.
We find Las Vegas. Is what we
You find Las Vegas.
Oh my God.
You find not the strip, but like the strip that people want to forget about.
That's fine.
Well then. Don't poison yourself. I'm gonna go find someone to get laid.
What happened to the party?
Is that not partying?
That is fair. I go into the nearest club.
Alright, so you head into the nearest club. same sort of music, and there is a giant ass bar of just alcohol everywhere.
I'll go with them because I don't want to end the night too early.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's 1 a.m.
People are still partying. Woo!
It's Mario.
Wow!
Wow, Louis.
Does the music have any lyrics, or is it literally just?
You notice that the music, when it does have words, seems to be like remixes of sea shanties.
Nice.
The Kraken select. The Kraken
Please
select.
give
the
me a
Kraken
beat.
select,
Give me a backbeat, and I will show you what it's like.
What?
He seemed to be the one who could do the beats
Wait,
the best.
sorry, I wasn't on.
He said, give him a beat.
Give him a beat.
The Kraken. The Kraken select. What? The Kraken. What? The Kraken. 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 But that's pretty much what the music appears to be.
That was.
It was great. It was lit.
I'm not sure. I have mixed feelings about this.
I agree.
Not
I think
your
we
usual
should drink
tavern.
to forget.
Let's do that.
You drink and drink.
X drinks responsibly. She's not an idiot.
Responsibly.
Walk
And
over
Ed,
to the bar.
You are something else.
You're Ashdy.
What type of alcohols do you have?
A lot. Quite a lot of alcohols.
What do you recommend?
What are you feeling?
Alcohol.
Have any of it.
Then give me a drink, please.
And he just literally goes to the one behind him, pours it, and just puts it in your hand. Enjoy! And walks away.
What is it?
It appears.
It's just 100% alcohol.
It's
No.
a Robin alcohol.
No.
We're not doing this again.
It appears. You notice the tap that he poured it from appears to have the letters IPA.
I drink it and then I put it back down.
It's pretty good.
Is there how many bartenders are there?
2.
How big is the bar?
There are probably 342 taps.
Wow. Holy shit.
Can I sneak behind
That's
the
a lot.
bar?
No.
Oh no.
Okay, never mind.
You notice the bartenders appear to be Datroids.
Oh, okay.
Can we get... So you know the suicide where you get like 1 squirt of every soda on the fountain?
You can do that.
Bartender.
Yeah. What can I do?
What's the biggest glass you have?
Depends on the size of the person. We have ones that are fit for giants.
Can I have one of those with a little spurt of each?
I'm sending you something that may be very important for the situation.
Sure. Let me go do that for you. And you see him go back, grab this monster glass, and just goes around and starts pouring a quick shot of all the alcohol into it. And you see it starts to like morph and change and make pretty colors, but after like the 50th, it just turns brown.
So excited.
50.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Where the fuck is it? Hold on. Keep going. I just need to find it first.
If you're looking up like alcohol
No,
stats.
it's not alcohol stats. It's something that I told you I was going to send you, and I fully intended to.
What is it?
The drink of death.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is appropriate.
Is the Detroit done with that one drink though? The giant drink? Nope.
Nope. Damn.
It's 342 taps.
Just wait.
Jesus Christ.
Just gonna drink
On
my mead
Adrian's
while I'm
name.
there.
And feel free to adjust any of this as you see necessary.
Yeah,
But I'm
absolutely.
just copy pasting from my personal DM notes.
So
Alright, so only 3 gold?
The gold system, you're using a gold system very differently from how I'm using a gold
Okay,
system.
okay, cool.
We have very different economies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
expensive in my campaign. Yeah.
you
Different
have to get
kinds.
your dragon now.
I'm so happy.
Oh, you want to show the like
Oh,
3D model?
yeah, I don't have like a drawing done because it was just too much for me to get done in 1 week. But I have a bit of a somewhat 3D model. Ooh, you've seen it.
You can put it up on the TV, maybe.
Oh yeah.
That hurt.
Sounded like it hurt.
Yeah. You okay?
Oh, I'm good.
So this is
Ooh.
Oh, is that Sculptress?
Yeah.
I like Sculptress.
Sculptress is nice.
I do not like Sculptress's painting tools.
Nope.
Sculptress is fucking shit.
That's why Sarah plans to print this out.
Yeah, pretty much what's gonna happen is I'm gonna.
Have you seen they actually have full color 3D printing now?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have what Arrow looks like as an adult. I don't have it what it looks like as a wormling because the horns are a little bit smaller
my.
as a wormling.
That's big.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Dang.
Ooh,
So that's
I
Arrow.
love those horns.
So
You're a lot better in Sculptress than I am. But then I only ever used it twice. I made a mermaid.
Oh yeah, the first time I used Sculptress, it was so bad.
Yeah, I've never used it again. I've only used it once, and I made a mermaid.
I need to do
An
my
evil
drawing.
mermaid.
Yes, you do.
I keep
It's
forgetting.
super cool.
Yeah, so,
I
Ashdy,
wanna do Sculptress.
Yes.
here's how I'm gonna do this. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Can I see?
Yeah, I've done it. One for the first effect, one for the second effect, and then it goes down from there. If they fail the first
Please,
one,
metal
dice
dice.
on the second.
And just so you know, Constitution saving throws are done with a D20. This is a learning opportunity.
21. No, sorry,
Plus
20.
Constitution modifier.
20. So you drink the first couple layers you drink, and it's a weird sensation, and it tastes good? Question mark?
I mean, they did put 340 some drinks in it. It makes sense.
And it's nice. It's nice, and you being Ashdy, especially with how much you drink on an hourly basis, and you're fine. You're good to go. Make another con as you keep drinking this.
Why?
Because it's fun.
Why?
Because it's funny.
Almost got a 1, by the way. Almost. It like pivoted.
Instead, it was a 16, though.
Yeah.
16?
Yes.
It's something that he's not used to, though.
That's true. On the second one, what you should have felt from the first layer suddenly hits you real damn hard.
Real down.
You suddenly, the music, which was loud and blaring and very much just like in your face, is now like very deafened and softened, and you suddenly have this weird feeling of like weightlessness.
Me right now.
Make another confro as you're doing
This is the perfect feeling. Granted, I didn't get my drugs. Ashley couldn't
You
find the
did now.
drugs. Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
A 20 again.
20 again. So you manage to stabilize yourself enough to take a swig of the next couple layers.
Is this like Dragon's Demise all over again, but worse?
Yeah.
You fucked
Next
up.
couple layers, and the high you seem to be getting just seems to get better. And it's just like the colors start to swirl in front of you, and you start seeing these wild shapes appear. And your drink now, instead of being this brown, black, murky mess, you start to see the small specks of color swirling in them from all the drinks.
What does Edge
Edge looks like an amorphous cat. Just like a swirl of color from like her different fur textures.
I just lean over to Edge.
You look a really weird cat right now.
Are you okay?
Make a con for the fourth layers.
Are we gonna go all 342? Oh, that's not good. I got a 6.
Generally, what I do at that point is I let you. There's two
What's
options
the
you can do.
DC on this?
The first thing that's on the character's mind and something related to it, or let the player pick, though the character won't know.
I'm gonna do something.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So you're drinking and you're having a nice time. The high gets even better, and your mind starts going through all of its memories, and you just sort of see them playing out in your head.
Timmy.
But there's one memory you can't seem to recall. What is that memory, Ashley?
What memory have you forgotten?
Me?
Aaron-
Oh, I get to choose.
Aaron,
Aaron gets
what
to choose a
memory has
memory.
Ashley forgotten? What
Oh,
what
there's so
piece of
much
information?
Pressure.
What piece of information is?
I want to do that to myself.
You have to at this point.
Choose wisely.
I don't know if I want to do that to myself.
Choose
Okay.
wisely.
It's a piece of information.
It can be anything.
It's a
He
memory.
forgot that his dad died.
Oh
No!
That's really big.
Ashdy, no!
Oh man!
My player just forgets what the drink of death is.
Okay, but I did it. Ashdy's already a depressed being. Why not make him more depressed? Like.
All right, make a note that your character no longer remembers that his dad is dead.
I do want to point out though that does it completely erase it or does it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You know,
Like,
oh,
essentially,
oh.
you end up as, like, you didn't see your dad again after some point, you don't know why.
You still remember that you were kidnapped by Suleiman, but you don't remember that he killed your dad.
Oh shit, that's not good. Are you sure you
I
want
have a
that?
question. Does the rest of the crew know his dad?
No, we know
No.
nothing.
We don't know.
We
Can
don't
I-
That's like he
Can
was
I
2 years old.
Can I change that?
Yeah, because that
No.
fucks up with his
Well,
backstory.
no, because it doesn't. It's
Mm.
simply just the fact that you forget that your dad was killed in
That's
that.
true. I mean, I would
You
still.
still have the years of abuse and torture.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
You just have the hope that maybe one day you'll see your dad again.
Exactly.
Why did I do that to
I'll tell you what it does do, it sets up a very interesting side quest.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
A wild goose chase if there ever was one.
Shit.
You
You're
have those
fucked up,
problems, guys.
son. Damn. Yeah,
Province of Phil is just going to be the Ashdy session.
Yeah.
It really is.
it's gonna suck so much.
It's gonna be running between bounty hunters and me looking for my dad.
Yeah, pretty much. And you're not gonna find anything else.
This is great. I love this
Yeah.
now.
This is
Make
good.
another con save.
Oh no!
Hold on.
Yeah, pretty much. So each character, like, we don't know anything about each other because we've known each other for what, like a
A
week
little
now?
bit. Ashdy or not Ashdy, but Hestia and Edge
Yeah.
have chatted. And I mean, we all saw that video.
Exactly. So, like, at the beginning,
Ashly's been talking to all. Ashly's talked to everybody except
Yeah.
for Edge a little bit.
at
Yeah,
the
we haven't
beginning,
talked
at the beginning of the adventure, like what 7 days ago, we knew nothing about each other. We were strangers. Edge wasn't even there yet. We were just all tied to a boat together, and then now we're getting to know each
22.
other a little bit.
22.
22.
Oh, 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was 2-2.
I was about
So-
to say, you ended our night early, man.
Yeah, no, 2-2.
You down the remainder of the drink and just the glass. And you go to slam it down on the table, but the glass just like and topples over the edge of the bar.
Oh, no, does it break?
And your body just sort of like is floppy now, but you're feeling great.
That was a good one.
I think I'll pass. For now.
But
One,
no,
at least one of them needs. One of
for
us
real,
needs.
though, you should really try it.
Next time. At least
Okay.
one of us needs to be able to walk.
Oh, I can do all sorts.
You could make him
Ashdy
squirt.
tries to move away from the
Immediately.
bar.
You could make.
As soon as you try and get off your stool from the bar, you just like feel your legs have no ability to hold your body up, and you just go and fall onto the ground.
That third layer is a muscle relaxer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ashdy tries to, like,
Flops.
Who flops on the deck? And falls on the deck. Flops like a fish.
Ashdy, ew. Damn.
Ashdy's gonna have a bad day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn.
At least you passed that last check.
What was the last check?
You
for?
fall to 0 hit points and you're unconscious.
Oh, real glad I passed
Yeah.
that
Full
one.
blackout.
Yeah.
So Ashdy's just trying to flop towards the door right now.
Edge is watching.
just watching.
You have an instantly sobering cup.
You have a little trouble because there's massive crowds between the bar and
Edge is
the
gonna
bar.
switch his mug to the soda.
No! No!
Would he know? Would he be able to know? Would he be able to actually know?
You would not be able to tell.
What?
You are so gone at this point. All you would see is the mug and go.
But with the muscle relaxers, would that go away?
You would need help.
Would it?
At least you'd be
Why don't you
sober.
try it?
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna find somebody who's stronger than I am, who's not totally fucked up, and see if I can convince them to help me carry my friend
This would be the perfect time
back
for
to
your
our
turn.
back
There's
to.
been so many.
No, can I convince somebody to help me? Because
Yeah, there's a couple.
I've got a strength of 8.
There's a couple burly men
It's
around.
like this. I don't know how.
What do they look like to Ashdy?
Giant blobs that are surrounded by color.
Yeah, and how would I say? I'll get him outside a door nearby the hatch for the labs.
Okay.
Because I don't know how much about it, and I figure I can drag Ashdy the next 6 feet. Just,
Why are you talking to blobs?
don't worry about it, Ashdy. Don't worry about it.
But-
Just
but
gonna knock on the door and be like,
Are they nice blobs?
yes, they're very nice blobs, Ashdy.
Okay.
Can I get a hand up here, please?
Yeah,
Ashdy tries to clap.
you hear a voice come over the intercom. What did he do?
I believe the bartender called it a drink of death.
Oh, you went there.
I survived. I'm not dead.
He survived.
We'll send some Detroits.
Appreciate it.
And a little while later, the doors open up, and there are 2 Detroits standing there. And they just walk over and immediately grab him up and like put an arm around each neck.
And she's gonna walk down. She's gonna head over to Meleo and Era.
And-
Well,
Oh man.
well,
Little
Marvin's was
vomit.
closed because it's 1 a.m.
Oh, it's now like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, Marvin's was closed because we went up there at 1 a.m. So we decided to drink while we waited, and that didn't work out.
I grabbed the
I'd said
Infinimug.
I grabbed the Infinimug.
Infinipint.
Infinipint. I grab him by like the scruff
Ed,
and just whoosh.
Ed.
So you pour the coffee side, the silver side, into his mouth, and Ashdy,
Ed.
you sober up to the point of just about to black out, and your body is still limp. So you're very much conscious and able to talk and reason. You're just 1 drink away from passing out.
Wait, that's what the sobering up?
After that drink, yeah.
You okay, buddy? Are you good?
the bartender called it a drink of death.
Oh no, Ashdy. I switched
Wait,
back
so it's like my muscles
You're
are
just
still
you're
completely...
limp. You can like get small motor functions to just go.
I switched it back to alcohol, and I'm like, take a cup.
I
take a-
forgot to feel
Do
No,
you take
you
a
know.
sip from the mug?
It's alcohol again. Smell it.
I just like stick my tongue in it.
The second your tongue hits and you just pour it in your mouth and drink, you just go.
Is he just asleep, knocked out, or
He's
is he?
passed out.
Do we have the sheep with us?
Do you? No, they're with Rick.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
we left him with Rick.
Okay, I just like lay him on the cot and just like cover him, and I go to a doctor and I say, make sure
Rick's a
he
blind man
doesn't.
who has feelings for me.
Vomit
Yes,
into
I
the-
know.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's a
Turns
story
them
for
over
later.
and rips it off.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I
we might as
regret nothing.
Well, I guess we rest. Sleep
Yes,
for the rest
Marvin's
of the night.
doesn't open until 8, so.
Okay, and I go up to Arrow and I kind of cuddle, and we're just gonna just.
They cuddle up as well.
It's a wing as a blanket.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Okay.
It's morning.
Whee!
Da-da-da-da.
How
Ash, how does Ashdy feel?
Ashdy? Oh boy.
Can I move?
You can move, but the second your eyes hit light, it's just splitting headache.
Okay, but what about the dragon noises in the back? Do they hurt?
Oh yeah. Every time there's a, you just go, turn down the dragon.
Tell him to shut up.
They're dragons. They're not really gonna do what I want them to do. You're aware of this. I don't.
When was the last
I don't
time
like
he was hungover?
He's
That's
never been hungover.
No.
He's fairly good with his drinks. This is.
I wonder if that bartender would let me buy some of those just to keep.
Maybe. Just.
To go.
I cast. Would
Oh, nothing's gonna help this hangover.
Okay.
I start drinking.
Your headache numbs a little bit.
It's how you never have a hangover. Is you just continue to drink.
Oh.
That's also how you die.
That's.
Okay.
Anyways, congratulations. It's January the 8th now. It's Tuesday, and it is 7 a.m.
Alright.
Only 7? I was passed out for what, 4 hours?
You're probably still drunk.
Tiny bit. No, it managed to go through his system.
Okay.
At least I was not sober.
I'm just chilling with Arrow and just like testing things out, like jumping or like flying a little bit. Oh, Datra, do you have any like currently uninhabited environments?
No.
Dang it.
These are the only two we have, and they're both inhabited by 10 each.
Ashdy just moves the eye patch to his other eye, so he doesn't have to see anything.
There's just a socket.
Oh God, Ashdy.
Ashdy,
That's not pleasant.
Didn't he get some sunglasses?
He got a monocle sunglass.
Oh, that's right!
A sunglass.
I pulled that out.
And you put it up, and it just goes to your eye and blocks all the layout around your
I
eye.
apologize. You didn't need to see my
No,
socket.
that's fine. God, how did Sheila sleep with you? Okay.
She
Anyway,
didn't see the socket.
That's fair point. Yeah, just kind of play with Arrow. Bond.
Arrow's doing great. He's loving it.
And shit makes me
They're having fun.
Something.
They seem to be able to jump pretty far, and they're flying this well in this corridor as far as you can tell.
We'll figure out the writing aspect later.
Yes.
That's gonna be an awkward question. Can I get on your back? Okay. It's just how do you ask someone you don't know to do that? Okay.
I mean, he did choose you. They did choose you.
That's true. I guess we just let time pass until 8 hits.
It's 8 o'clock.
Alright, guys.
We should probably get some breakfast.
Yeah.
Datra has complimentary breakfast brought to you.
Nice.
And it is all your favorite foods. Because they have it on record.
Creepy.
That's
Still
great.
creepy. This is
Could you
still.
possibly
How the
bring
hell
something
did you-
like fatty and greasy?
There's some fat and grease on your plate.
That is disgusting.
That's
Eat it.
very gross.
I don't even use hands.
So you just full dog, just.
Yep.
Oh,
Please tell me there's some
God.
kibble in there somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Does it help the hangover?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
alright, guys. We'll wait for you here. I'm curious. I'm just munching at my fish wrapped in bacon. Like I
That
love
sounds
to.
so gross.
But it's so good.
I get,
It's literally just a coconut.
I get my oranges.
Yep.
Ashdy literally.
I can't really do it.
Literally.
I can't really do anything until you guys get out.
yeah, no, it's
you
like-
notice that for Arrow, they brought what appears to be raw beef that's been wrapped in leaves.
Nice. Is that good, Arrow? Do you like it?
It's quite good, yes.
Ashdy the
Okay.
entire morning is literally just going.
Edge starts like putting her hand over his mouth and like doing like beatboxing.
Okay, guys. Alonzi.
Alonzi.
Alonzi?
Is that Elvish?
Starkers.
Oh God. Yeah, I can't really do anything, so I stay with Arrow and just.
Okay. We will. I think I will head out. Ashdy, unless you want to come.
Take Sierra with you.
I'll take Sierra with me.
Do you have a quiet room away from?
We do have a panic room, yes.
Go panic in there. Why do you have a
I'll
panic
just go
room?
with it.
Oh,
I'll just go
every
with it.
good scientist has a panic room.
I'm worried that you think you need one, but okay.
It's a little cinch.
I'm gonna write that down. Go into the panic room. Tell me what
Wasn't
you
there a
no, I'm
university that
I'm going
implemented a crying room in one of their libraries?
Probably.
It had
Okay.
stuffed animals in it.
I'm going with Edge.
If you're up for it, can he walk?
He can walk.
Ish.
He's not happy that he's walking, but he can walk.
Alright. We will.
So you make your way, and Ashdy, the second you walk out into the loud city streets,
The bright lights of Datras.
it's just overload. Overload.
I might can help with this. Can I use prestidigitation to like make a mini silence ball, as a mini silence spell, or at least a muffling thing?
Sure.
If only we had blindness and deafness.
Because I know it makes. You can make
Just
small
make 'em
noises,
deaf.
but can I make the absence of noises? Like just as a buffer around Ashby's ears?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll do that. Edge feels a little guilty about this, so she uses prestidigitate as we walk just to buffer the sound around Ashby's ears.
It's giant dog ears.
Yeah, just.
Wait, do I know that Edge is doing it, or is it
Yeah, I mean,
just-
she's not hiding it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
No problem. We're gonna head over to Marvin's.
Yep, you head over to Marvin's. And the sign is gone now. Door is happily welcome, enter please.
We head inside.
And it's the standard shop. There are already some people milling about. And the second that you enter the door, it's just, and Marvin's standing in front of you. What can I do?
Oh God.
Edge had just dropped the prestidigitate too once we were out of the city.
I made a mistake.
Oh, I wonder if I can get some music for Marvin's shop. Hang on.
Oh God.
Hi, Marvin.
Give me a sec. Alright, let's try this.
Perfect.
What can I do?
Sorry, we came by last night not realizing exactly how late it was.
Yeah, I saw.
Were you awake?
Of course.
Interesting. Probably could have saved this one some pain then. We went out drinking. He got I think it was called a drink of death.
Oh, I love that one. It's always fun to give it to someone who doesn't usually drink.
That's exactly what happened.
Except
He doesn't. He drinks. Doesn't usually drink.
I did survive. The name was a misnomer.
Better than most.
Well, we were wondering if you had anything that could disguise something large.
Like, what are we talking about?
My penis. I'm so
I
sorry.
don't-
Marvin just does an aside. I can't hide that. You don't hear it. You don't.
Well, I'm
This
doing a
was
perception
fun,
check. Damn it,
guys.
her ears are 6 inches
Do
long.
it. Do it. Do it.
Bye. Sarah, for half a second, I thought you took your pants off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the obvious response. Goodbye.
Bye.
It was nice knowing you.
Damn it, that was an 8.
Yeah. No, you don't hear it.
Damn
Where'd
it.
she go?
I left. Okay, well.
What can I do?
Something large and reptilian in nature?
Can you get rid of a hangover?
Oh, of course.
That was terrifying at the music stopped. Can you get rid of my hangover?
Yeah. And he puts a hand on your head, and you just see glowing around the fingers, just soft, soothing warmth flows around your head, and then the headache just goes.
Thank you. That.
Of course.
That's
And you pat your head a little bit. Starts scratching behind your ear.
If Meleo was
So,
here.
a large reptilian creature?
Vaguely draconic in nature, yes?
Oh!
Edge won't remember that.
It depends. What do you want to disguise it as?
Flying carpet.
That's definitely a Meleo question. Something that won't be super noticeable. Like a horse. I don't
A
know.
flying horse of the future.
Not. Well, it's depending on if we'll be flying with it or walking around town with it.
That is true. Flying carpet.
Yes, but that's still noticeable to be walking around town with a big ass carpet.
You're pretty funny though.
I actually have an idea.
Why don't we just stick it in the bag of holding?
And it just poofs again. You see him poof up top. And he's just like rummaging around through stuff and like chucking objects behind
This
him.
music is great.
Yeah.
It's just like you hear crash bang. No. You know, going through it again.
Oh,
Just
that's what.
there it is. And it just poofs right back in front of you. And you see he's wearing like a small leather cap.
What?
And he just puts it out in front of him. Put this on its head.
Excuse me.
What does the cap look like?
Yeah, like a newsies hat.
Can I wear it?
Edge is going to cast Identify.
Okay.
Is it what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
A hat of disguise?
Can I wear it?
You gotta attune to it, I think.
You do have to do.
You have
Oh
to attune
no!
to it.
Wait, should I not put it on then?
You're just Ashdy wearing a stylish cap.
Yep.
On
Take
top
it.
of your hat that's already there.
That's right! I got a captain's hat now! I forgot about that. Did I put it in?
No, the hat of disguise is actually super useful. Do you have another one of these?
Nope.
Oh.
That was in my backlog from like a couple years back.
Oh. Can you get another?
Nope.
Well, how much for it then?
800.
800 gold?
800.
Hey, we have a discount.
Oh, that's
We
right.
do have a discount.
What was it, like 20%?
Depending on the
I thought it was 30.
It was
20%.
no,
I thought it
it
was
was depending on the item, but I think the base was 20.
It's 15%.
That's right.
Could it possibly be 20?
15.
For me.
15.
Maybe if you'd rolled better last time.
They were all good except for.
Anyways, gold.
It'd be 780 something.
700. Let's see. So
It's what, 15% of what? 800?
Yeah.
10.
784? No.
So 10% of that is 80. No, not 80.
Yeah.
That is 80.
It would be 80.
Okay, so 80.
So
that's 10%
15%.
plus.
That'd be
half of it-
120 off.
Yeah.
Yeah, 120 off. So 680.
Yeah.
No,
So
780.
780.
680.
600.
Oh, yeah, no, 600.
680.
Gold?
I hand him 62 platinum pieces.
That works.
Music's creepy.
Because I don't have that much.
Wait, you
gold,
have
but
platinum?
I've got. I just.
She
I haven't marked
converted
it up.
her gold to
I
platinum.
converted my gold to platinum because
Oh.
I don't like people converting to platinum because I don't do maths well.
it's 10. It's 1 platinum is 10 gold.
I still don't do maths
You
well.
you subtract a 0.
I don't do math well.
It's right, don't
You
worry.
subtract a
agree,
0.
though.
I know.
It's just grating
It's-
after a while.
Yeah, this is getting worse. Okay. So, all right. So I'm doing math. You owe me gold.
I've officially labeled this as Marvin's shop, by the way.
Same.
Oh, pretty stoned.
Yep.
I'm enjoying my time, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. So
Glad you're having fun.
yeah, Meleo owes me 620 gold.
You have 620.
I know.
I
Dang, I forgot I had to buy shit.
really shouldn't do that.
What?
I was like, you know, Ashdy really wants to take like the sobering function out of his cup.
No, you really
You
shouldn't do
should.
that.
No.
You don't get it.
So-
I know. That's why I said I shouldn't do that.
Actually, Ashdy, I'm curious, where did you get that mug?
I got it from Nottingham's place.
Yikes.
Well,
killed him.
technically Berriman's place,
We
but
killed both of them.
Nottingham was.
They're both dead.
I don't suppose you would know how to make something like that if I commissioned it from you.
Can. I'd need a source though to get the mead from.
It's driving me crazy.
Maybe not mead, maybe something a little easy. Something may or may not be easier to get. She's gonna hold her flask out. Is something like this?
He takes it, opens it up, and just like. If you could find like a lemon farm.
I'll keep an eye out for one. We're gonna be
Just
traveling
snorts.
enough.
The lemon.
I know you've got. You gave us a list of locations
Jesus
that this
Christ.
shop has.
General.
General. We're going to be heading up the Fils province, Glaucus, Northern.
I got a few in that area.
Good to know. Can we just get like a comprehensive list?
You
Do you
good?
have one written down already?
A list of the things.
Yeah, so that we know where to search for Marvin.
No.
I guess.
I think I'll be pretty obvious anywhere you go.
That's true enough, but it's good to have a general idea. The Eastern continent's kind of large.
I know.
It's amazing to me that there's a really hot lady under this very flamboyant man.
Is that a surprise?
No.
No, y'all know the second or third Shrek movie?
Yeah.
That's the Merlin I'm picturing. With like the two short robes.
Yeah, no, I don't have a list.
Guess we'll just keep an eye out and make the list as we go along.
Yep.
Great to know.
Well, it's getting creepier.
Yeah, it is.
Because-
Please make us stop!
You know the only way to stop it.
Get out of the shop. Leave the
Or
shop.
turn off the speaker.
Nope,
Leave the shop.
you're not allowed.
Turn off the speaker.
Well, bye. No, legit. I do want to see if there's anything else interesting in here.
Same stuff there's always
Oh my
been.
God.
I know. I'll. So, do you
Oh.
do commissions on match projects?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, depending on the object.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
After she leaves, Sheila, I
Great time
apologize.
he's
And then I
fine.
just walk out.
Marvin grabs you and pulls up right next to your ear and goes, "You get one more chance."
Wow!
And then lets go and goes, "Bye."
What did he want to say to you?
Goodbye, Marvin.
What did he want to say?
Oh, Marvin just mentioned something about, I actually had a thought. Hold on. Marvin mentioned something about if I ever need any more weapons enchanted.
Inside it.
Inside.
Does he have to roll deception?
Oh yeah, you're fucking.
I'm
what?
assuming I'm gonna fail.
What's your deception roll?
Not terrible. It's a +3.
It's not bad.
Jesus.
Yeah, I definitely fail.
What'd you get?
I got an 8 total.
Roll your
12.
12?
Yeah.
Yep. You totally see through it. And you're just like, he definitely, it needed to check, see if there was anything else actually needed, just not weapons.
Ooh, shit.
Potions. Are you actually making this face
Yes.
in game? Because I'm just staring
Yes.
at you like, are you okay? Did the
You're
lemon
lying.
did the lemon get to you?
You're lying.
I'm lying about
I'm
It
going
could.
to find out what it is.
that.
And I walk away.
Yep.
So be it.
Cool.
And I continue.
So you walk back to the factory and you join back up with Meleo, Ashdy, etc.
So,
Excuse me, his name is Arrow? Their
yeah,
name is Arrow?
by the way.
Not etc.
It's Zero.
Ha, it's your yeah.
So did you find anything that we could do?
We did, and I pulled out the hat. You owe me 620 gold.
Actually 680.
It's about
680.
680.
Okay. And I very slowly hand out.
680 gold.
Yeah.
Glad Ashdy wasn't asked to pay for it because Ashdy wasn't going to.
Yep.
All right. So how does this work?
You put it on.
It's a tune. It has to attune. He has to attune. They have to attune to it, and then they'll be able to create their own disguise.
Now I have a question.
Their
all
own.
right.
So,
Even if Arrow disguises themselves like as a horse per se, I'm
Horse's
assuming
It's
it's
only an illusion. It's not a physical thing.
so. Like if someone were to bump into Arrow's wing,
Or his tail.
they would
They would know.
recognize that something is
They
weird.
they would probably be like, wait a minute, something's off here, but they would probably, it's still, like, if they just bumped into
Because-
it, they'd probably not realize it right away.
Because I'm assuming the dragon would be wider than a horse.
Depends on the horse.
I mean, it depends on the horse, but like,
What about if DM?
why don't you try putting the hat on the dragon?
I put the hat on the dragon.
The second the hat makes contact, Arrow's eyes just like pop open very wide, and he looks up at you and says, "That'll do it."
Oh, right. I don't really know what it does, but
Avion.
And you see, what you notice next is Arrow's
Rude.
body seems to morph and shape until he becomes a young boy.
Huh?
Mm.
A
Timmy!
a young androgynous child.
young androgynous.
I'm just gonna,
A newsie.
like, around him.
Like that tall. Very young.
Wait,
What
is
does
it
it look
like,
like?
is it like a merfolk child?
No, human child.
So basically, we got like a what's Kratos' kid?
Atreus.
Yeah, we got Atreus.
A younger.
It's because his name's Arrow.
Can I try to like touch him to see if it's like a physical thing or an illusion?
Sure. Are you like touching Arrow or touching where the body should be?
I'm just
I'm
gonna
touching Arrow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wave my arm around.
I'm gonna touch Arrow's
Your
shoulder.
your arm goes right through where the body should be.
That's a much more powerful head of disguise than my identified says that was.
Yeah.
I
I touch
fair, I did assume.
I touch Arrow's shoulder and like grab his hand. Their hand.
And it's like you can feel the hand, you can feel the shoulder.
I'm just gonna go, well, that's kind of
New?
impressive. Yeah.
It speaks in common.
Oh wow!
Oh, Arrow!
Hey, Arrow,
Yes.
would you like some meat?
No! Too young.
Too.
Later.
What is too young?
He should don't learn from him.
It's too young.
Too young is still developing.
I started drinking at 4.
Yes, and look where you turned up. You're a murderer who's always drunk, has not had a strong relationship in a while, and is being hunted down by mercenaries.
I feel like that's a very successful.
Debatable.
Try not to learn too much from him.
I'll try.
Okay. Good.
Except for the killing. That's always fun.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. If you want to try a little bit of meat, I can give you a little.
I'm good. I'm good for now.
We
Pat
could
his-
give him some
pat his head.
coffee. Switches it to coffee.
It's not. Calm down. It's okay. He's a little odd. It's okay.
It's been a long.
He's our dog.
Understandable.
It's been a long day. I
Um,
drank a drink called the Drink of Death that was
How
apparently
old-
supposed to kill me. It didn't.
How old is Arrow supposed to look like?
They'll probably look about 8.
Yeah, definitely too young. All right. Well, this is great. This works. Are they really like pale? Like what do they
It's-
physically look like?
Arrow appears, yeah, very pale, but there's like color beneath the skin, like a tint to the skin.
So not like ghostly, but definitely like a paler.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like me.
Yeah.
We're good to go then. Shall we? Where are we going
We're
next?
sure. Castrata.
Castrata.
Yeah.
Yes.
To the Penis Palace.
To the penis palace. Should we possibly stop before we get there, just so Ashdy can be caught up? Because I do have to leave soon.
I was kind of hoping we'd get there today.
I mean, do you want to, like, how much do you want us to do there, though?
Get there and go through a portion of it. It's really not long.
It's very
at all.
small.
It does look very small.
Like, hold on, let me.
I mean, if we leave now, let's do it then.
Yeah, let me compare 1 second. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's not a full image.
I thought it
of
was.
the whole map.
So pretty much this is
But
the.
you can see Gideon's sector by comparison
Yeah,
right
look,
here.
look.
Yeah.
That's a little bit. Of a
Yeah, okay, let's just head there then.
Alright. So we go. I hold Arrow's hand and just kind of.
Are you bringing Arrow with you there?
Maybe not a good idea.
Where would we leave him?
Here.
I don't want to leave him here with the crew, with my friend.
With Dasher.
Well, yeah, we could.
Wait,
take
how
him to the
are
Cat's
we
Cradle.
getting to...
Plum's still waiting for you.
The
Oh, Plum is the... that ship
the
person.
drow.
Yeah. Well, let's take him. I mean, we're gonna have to go to the docks anyway to get.
Yeah. I'll leave.
That's
That's
great.
great.
I forgot that I had this for years, and then I found it again, and I'm so
The
excited.
reveal.
This face terrified me one night when I first got it
That's fair.
because I woke up in the middle of the night with it hanging over the back of my chair, and I didn't realize until then that just the eyes and mouth glow in the dark.
Oh, wow. Alright, so you head down to the docks. presumably.
Yeah, to where her crew and my
Funny.
friend are.
As you're walking,
Although they're probably not still at the docks, I just realized. They probably got a hotel or something.
no, they're still hanging out by the boat.
Okay.
There seem to be cots set up next to the boat, similar to in the hallway.
Why not just go get a... I'm gonna walk up and be like, why didn't you go get an inn?
Fang would be the person to come up. Just be, this one, and she points to Bastam. He showed up, and we just had a good time here.
That's fair. This is one of Meleo's friends, by the way. I'm not sure if he introduced
he introduced himself.
Okay, that's good.
What I was going to mention is, as you're walking up, you just hear Bastam going, "Everyone together now! I've got a friend in me!
I've got a friend in me!
You've got a friend in..." And you hear all the Tabaxi singing along with them. Even some of the Datroids up top are just like, "You got a friend
Does your
in
friend
me."
have split personalities?
No.
Oh, well, he's singing I've got a friend
Shut
in me. It's just
up.
it's a little bit curious.
She's just
Anyway,
very happy. He loves
Ashdy. Ashdy and Testia. This is my crew. And
Hi.
she introduces you to Fang, a sleeker black tabaxi.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Wearing a jaunty captain's hat. And
That's
her
wonderful.
wife, this Fang of the Snake, her wife Glow of the Sun, is a
Hi.
tabby with a scar on one cheek and kind of a bit smaller. That's assuming just pointing upwards, because that's where I normally find him. That is Fang's younger brother, Brightfeather, our scout.
Ahoy!
Just somewhere up top, somewhere. I know he's upset. That's Happy Patch, our cook. It's a black and white piebald cat.
How you doing?
And the grumpy one over there is Rainbow.
Don't call me that!
Fuck off!
Your name.
Fuck you!
Your name is Rainbow.
I just kind of cover Arrow's ear.
Oh my god.
Rainbow after
Where
rain.
did you get the name from, Rainbow?
My name is Rainbow After Rain. Rain! Short for rain!
So Rainbow.
Okay, this is gonna go great.
Nice to
Okay.
meet you.
This is gonna be a
And
long
introducing the
journey.
rest of the crew. There's others, but those are the important ones.
I still have to make the rest of it.
Yeah, there are others. Those are the important ones.
Yep.
I like that.
I'm
He's
sure.
fine. Don't let the grumpiness get to you. He's actually a softie.
Oh, I don't have to worry about it. The grumpy ones are always the best.
But He's on Navigator, and guys, this is Ashdy and Hestia. I forgot her last name.
Hestia.
Adrian.
Adrian.
You can
So,
call
and
me
Sierra.
Jan.
And Sierra. So.
Exchanges are met.
Yes. So. Oh, and this is Arrow, our newest. Remember, turn to Fang. Remember how I said Meleo was about to be a parent?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Oh, congratulations!
I'm the godfather.
Thank you.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
That's
Okay.
Kratos.
Then, oh god. So, what should we do now? I mean,
We should just head over to
I think we need to. We're
Demon
going,
Lady.
yes, we're heading over. Plum's giving us a ride to Castrata sector. We have some business there.
Business in the penis town.
No.
It's, however,
Land of-
you can
The
We have a
land
bit of a-
penis.
problem. We don't want to take the kid to Castratas.
Oh, well, we'll just take care of him.
That
I
would
like,
be
I
great.
kneel down, so I'm like talking to Aaron, and I say, do you want to stay here, or do you want to,
I think it'd be best right now.
yeah, okay. And I'm
Why
just gonna,
does
He has,
kid
like, such a
talk so
deep-
such a deep
properly?
voice.
Because it's a dragon!
I mean, Happy Patch and Bright Feather are both kids, essentially. They're like 17-ish, so.
Would you like a little bit of meat before I leave?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Sorry about that. And I just kind of pat his cheek and I say, we'll be back soon.
Alright,
Have fun.
I will.
Be safe.
I will.
Don't let Bright Feather talk you into anything stupid.
Like what?
Just don't. Just trust me, just don't.
If you need to kill someone, do it.
That's. Don't do that.
You
That.
you also hear from somewhere up above. Hey, how would you like to see the crow's nest?
That's not.
That's
Actually, you know what?
fine.
Actually,
That's
you know what?
actually
Arrow's,
fine.
Yeah, actually, Arrow would probably be fine with that.
You're welcome to go up there. You
Yeah, it's.
Together.
And how would you like to hang from the crow's nest?
Do it. You
You'll
should
be
be
I mean,
fine.
he can fly.
It is
Yeah,
true. We don't
you'll be
really have to
fine.
worry about it.
Yeah, it's true. We don't really have to. Actually, yeah. Heights are okay. Heights are okay with that one.
Sweet.
So,
I mean,
But
cats
don't-
always land on their feet anyways.
Arrow's not a cat.
Well, I was talking about the cats, not Arrow, but
Everybody wants to keep the cat.
Okay.
So, you leave Arrow behind and head to the actual docks. After a little bit of searching, you find Plum's small fishing boat, and he just sees you immediately and goes, "Ah, ahoy!
Hey,
Where to?"
Castratas, if you can.
demon sex lady.
Sure.
Isn't that a succubus?
You. No, she said she could be if she wanted to.
Yeah.
You don't have to get too close. We can
Apparently,
just.
everybody seduces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She either
I'll
kills or
take you to the
enslaves,
docks
so.
and then come back later.
Yeah, that sounds
good.
fair.
That sounds fair.
That sounds great to me too.
We'll send Sierra to you if Sierra's okay with that.
Okay. I would feel better
Oh, is
having
Sierra still on my shoulders?
Yeah.
That's you.
Sarah's with you. That would feel great. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to stay too long. Let's get going.
Take out some like dry rations.
So you get on the boat. And you travel down, you bypass Brown sector, you bypass Gideon sector, and you come up to the giant ass door in the gate. And as you're approaching it, you notice that sitting in front of the gate is a small rowboat with a man standing in it, with a staff just standing there. It's not Gideon.
Can I tell? Can I see anything about him? What kind of creature he
As
is?
you get close enough, you notice it's Njord.
Oh. Okay, so this robot is where exactly?
It's sitting in front of the gate.
Oh, we were in Gideon sector?
We're going through.
I just said
Sorry.
you bypassed the sectors.
I'm having issues. Okay.
Njord, which one was Njord again? I
He
remember.
was,
Njord was the bodyguard at dinner,
Correct. Yeah.
and you figured out that Njord is also one of the two sea gods in Norse mythology.
I kind of like wave at Njord and I say, Njord, how are you?
He waves a hand as well as the boat comes up. What can I do?
We're trying to get to Castration Lady.
Castrata. It's been a long day.
Yeah, Gideon told me.
About the long day or trying to get to...
All of it, really.
Oh, that's fine.
Sorry about that.
If you ever hear about a drink of death, you should try
I've had it before.
Oh, good. So is he now.
It was a great time.
Yes, it tasted quite well. I had a good morning afterwards, too.
So did I.
Anyways,
Perception check.
I guess this is where I let you through.
That would
Yeah,
be
I
great.
mean,
Any
unless there's
advice you
another,
could give
unless
us?
there's another hidden gate,
No, there is not.
then yeah.
Is there any advice you could give us before?
Same advice Gideon gave you.
Don't look her in the eye. Be careful with her
Don't
words.
look her in the eye.
And
Careful with the
don't
words.
try to seduce her.
Correct. They'll advise.
No. All right.
Alright.
I know it's not pretty, but at this point, you should probably just put my eye patch on the other eye. Because
That's actually, you know what? That's probably a good idea.
No, you still got your sunglasses.
would that work, though? Are they, like, mirrored?
It's like super tinted black.
I guess we could just go with that.
Okay. Yep.
Njord nods and then puts a foot over the edge of the boat and plunges into the water. The ship disappears.
Goodbye.
See you later. Why is everyone in this island so fucking weird?
Everyone here is
Wait, did I
After-
tell them who I found out that it was?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah,
Forgot I did.
I don't even remember it.
but presumably you did. So,
Yeah.
A couple seconds later, waves sort of lift up in front of the gate and just shove against it as you hear the creaking of wood, just like as the gate slowly opens as the waves are pushing it. And they get wide enough for the ship to pass through. And what you immediately notice, Sarah, if you'll zoom a little bit, just a tiny bit.
This way?
Zoom.
Oh.
That's it.
It's not letting me zoom in more.
Okay, it's fine. What you immediately notice is that the water is purple.
I wouldn't recommend touching that. Can I see if it's like the
I'm just
water,
gonna
or
touch
if
that.
it's the bottom
I
of
was
it?
about to say, actually, was immediately going to
Is
touch
it,
it.
is it what?
Can I tell if it's the color of the water, or if it's like that the bottom of it is a different color, causing the water to look different?
It's very obviously like the water itself is a different color.
Ugh,
I'm
don't.
just gonna touch it.
Nothing happens. It's water.
I'm just gonna splash Meleo with it.
Oh god. Okay.
It's water.
Okay. Melia's gonna stick her head in.
It's
Look around.
water. Very dark water.
Can I see anything around?
Nope.
Okay. I'm
Ashdy
just
drinks
look
out
up.
of it.
It's salt water.
It's water.
It's salt water.
It's actually fresh.
Oh, it's cool.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. We're in the middle of a big ass volcano. Aren't
Yep.
we?
So yeah, you then head inside. Well, I'm a little hesitant, but you head inside. And what you notice is the area is fairly small. And you see this massive ass warehouse looking thing, sort of ragged and like creaked, scorched wood that's very blackened, sitting next to the gate immediately, and it seems to have like a ramp leading up and attached to the flooring of the warehouse. There are also two very small docks that seem to attach to what appear to be more wooden, ragged, scorched-looking, dilapidated homes.
This looks pleasant.
Past that pleasant image, you see just sporadic geysers of fire, just
Oof. I don't like this.
just all over behind it, heading down just a few hundred feet, and then at the back of it all, up against the cavern wall, you see this massive castle of red and purple, just brilliant with fire, constant fire shooting up from it.
Well, this looks pleasant.
Meleo's gonna, for the first time in this whole fucking campaign, put on boots that she has from Commodore's clothing, tuck her fins in, and just.
Edge is going to very.
You also notice that, like Gideon's sector, where it was very cold, this is very hot.
Yep, she's gonna protect her feetsies, put on some
Edge's
sandals
gonna
or some
put
shit.
her foot on the ground real quick. Is it burn?
You're not at the actual ground
Oh,
yet.
you're not over here. Okay, I'll wait until we do that. The ramp into the warehouse, does it look like a boat ramp? Kind of? Okay.
Ashdy's gonna take off his jacket and fold it up and put it in the bag.
I take off my furs.
Alright.
Edge hasn't been wearing sleeves this entire time.
Yep.
She has a fur coat, but she can't exactly take that off.
So you end up at the docks, and the second you're off the boat, Plum just immediately starts reversing back out
It's just.
and leaving.
Bye,
Straight
Plum.
up.
We'll let you know when we need to ride back.
Bye! And the second you see Plum exit for the gates, waves come back up and push the gate closed again.
Cool.
I feel
Can
like
I
we've suddenly been trapped.
Yeah. Wish we had the dragon right now.
We do have Sierra.
We do have Sierra. I pet Sierra. Let's crush her.
Sierra's just
I
like,
feed her some food rations.
Alright,
she nibbles.
I'm gonna. When we get on land, I'm gonna put my foot on the ground. Is it too hot for me to bear, or can I handle it?
You put it down, and it's warm.
Okay.
Is it like a warm, like,
It's like
bathroom,
warm.
like,
it
under-
feels like warm sand.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Does it? If it gets, it's probably gonna get worse near the geysers, but I've probably got boots.
I don't believe Ashdy has shoes.
You don't have any
Well,
shoes.
We start with a set of like clothes worth less than 10 GP or something like that. Shoes
Yeah,
probably come with those.
But Ashdy purposely doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah, Edge probably does for situations like this, or like in the summer where it's hot asphalt, that kind of thing.
Yep.
I've stolen a lot of
So,
clothes.
so the very first thing you notice, besides the things you've already noticed, is there are a bunch of men around. Human men.
Humans?
Human
my.
men.
Just human?
Just human. And they appear to be sort of a mopey normalness
Anything
about
like
them.
colors?
No.
It's like a furlish version of me this morning.
Yeah, no. They mostly seem to be walking around just like,
I walk up to one.
they don't acknowledge you.
I tap him on the shoulder.
Doesn't acknowledge you.
Slap him.
I'm not gonna slap him.
Slap him.
I slap him!
Doesn't acknowledge you.
Now you know it's weird.
I think this is what we were being warned against.
They did mention that she tends to enslave people.
Yeah, so take a good look at that. If you don't want to end like that,
Well, to be fair, it looks like she has a type.
that's true.
Well, I've already said I would rather die, so I would just
Yeah,
tell her to kill me at that point.
I don't think she would care about what you want. So, yeah, be careful there.
Well, hopefully she would recognize that I'm not very strong.
Or useful.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
One thing you do notice is every once in a while, you catch, like, one's head is up more than the others. Like, a couple of them. Like, every once in a while, one is slightly more higher. And you can see their eyes are wide open, and their irises are pink.
Like a bright pink?
Like a dull pink.
I go up to, if I see the next one I see doing that, I go up to them.
Okay.
And try to look at, to see what they're looking at. Or
They aren't looking at anything. Their eyes seem to be just spaced out.
I will wave my hand in front of their heads. I
Doesn't acknowledge you.
cover their ears.
Doesn't acknowledge you.
Can I see if it's like, can I check to see if I notice anything, like if they're receiving information?
Do you think if we stabbed one?
They appear to just be aimless.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on one of them.
Oh.
And say something to the effects of, "You look like a damn sloth when you're moping around like that."
The one you cast it at is just,
Take the psychic damage.
Should we try stabbing one?
Don't think they're gonna respond.
Okay.
Actually, very lightly. Like just a prick.
How do you
Never mind,
very
never mind.
lightly stab
Never mind, we're not
someone?
gonna try to sell him. We're not gonna try to sell him.
I walk up to the next one I see, and then I just lift its arm.
Yeah, it's
I
hopeless.
just stab it through its hand with the dagger.
You stab Follyfur.
Yes.
You stick the dagger right through, and he just keeps on walking.
I pull the dagger out. Yeah, nothing's gonna.
His hand is bleeding, but he's just.
Yeah, nothing's gonna.
I cast a quick cure wounds on the poor guy.
It heals up.
Well, I think we need to be.
Yeah, let's
Let's-
go.
We might
Can
as
I
well
s-
just head to the penis.
All right.
Oh my god, it does
This
look like
this section has an aesthetic, and I'm glad we didn't bring arrow. Can I see if there's anyone that seems intelligent?
I'm just gonna say, eventually the kid's gonna have to grow
Make
up.
a perception.
Eventually, yes.
Born
Boy.
yesterday.
Literally yesterday.
Oh yeah, I
Not
should probably.
even yesterday.
I should.
We never said Ashdy had a heart, okay?
I probably should be playing the sound that represents this sector.
I got a 20.
What are you looking for?
Not natural. Just to see if there's anyone that I see that seems to be intelligent. Or
You look at Ashdy.
No. I don't know. You walked into that one, man.
No, I know. I did it on purpose.
Poor Ashdy.
Actually, the
Everyone
only person who
rails
showed
on
him
Ashdy.
any sort of compassion or like outwardly said
It's
that
the
they cared
bird.
about him is
Is Rick.
Oh,
no, it's me.
well, that's also true. Is you? It's the bird, the blind man, and Edge.
Edge, the person who just showed up and is also a cat.
Yes.
non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. So, you are looking around, and most everyone seems to be pretty mopey. Next to the warehouse, you see a man walking down the boat.
I let them know, hey, there seems someone seems to be clear-minded, and I would like to sneak my way closer to.
Okay.
Ashdy
You do
walks
so.
up to the.
Can I do you need me to roll anything or
Nope.
like stealth?
So you walk up sort of near the edge right here, so you can see the boat rank still. And he seems to be walking down with some purpose. And when he gets to the edge where you can see the water touching his feet, where you can see the
All I
water
see in
touching
the
his
reflection is just ears. Huh?
feet. The water touching his feet, and he just takes a moment and then dives into the water.
I dive after him.
You take your shoes off.
I mean, it is true. She is a fish.
Or like I won't dive in like swim after him, but I will go underwater to
You
see where he's
remember
going.
earlier that the water is too murky to see through.
That boy gone.
Okay, never mind. I
Wait,
just-
so was that another human?
After a couple moments, what appears to be a wooden ship rises out of the water.
Okay. Wait, just the ship? Just a ship?
Just the ship.
No human on the ship? It's not like on fire?
Nope.
Not like
It's a
Viking
normal
funeral.
wooden ship, but with castradas flag.
Oh.
I'm gonna take note of what the ship looks like what kind of ship it is. Like, do I know?
It's a fairly standard, like, offensive type ship.
How many people? Do I know how many people are usually needed to man something like this?
For the size, general, maybe a crew of 25.
I don't see any others 25.
Nope.
Offensive ship. That's not.
That's a little bit unusual.
That makes me a tad uncomfortable. Which way is it facing?
Away from the gate.
Away from the gate.
Can I see if there's any crown
Towards
on
the
it?
cavern wall.
Can I see any crown on it?
But just said no.
Oh, sorry, I was writing down. Sorry.
Okay. Towards the cavern. Towards us?
You are not at the cavern wall.
No, but like the cannons on the sides.
It doesn't seem to be preparing
Okay.
anything.
Where does it go?
That's what I
It
want.
just seems to be sitting there.
So it's just sitting.
Uh-huh.
Is anyone else heading towards it?
Nope.
That's
We keep an eye on it.
yeah.
I mean, it's too big of a boat for us to do anything with it. We should just head to the castle.
Yeah, let's just go. I'm sure there's plenty of weird things in here. Alright, I keep walking, I keep an eye out to see if I see any other non-mopey folk.
As you get closer to the geysers, the land that has all the geysers, it appears, image is deceiving, it appears to be flat ground with geysers that are spurting fire every once in a while.
Gotcha.
But I
And
mean,
the little gray bits, those are pathways?
No, that's like texture of the ground.
Gotcha.
so are the geysers? Are they just like holes? Or are they little mounds?
They're mounds that have holes.
Okay.
So it's
we're
very
not,
obvious where they are.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not talking like the fire swamp.
Exactly.
So what I'm hearing is that the shortest person has the best chance of
As
not
you're
getting
walking
hit by fire.
up to the geysers, one of the mopey figures walks up to you suddenly, like perks up, and walks over to you and simply says, "You're expected."
Good.
By whom are we expected?
Castrate.
By our mistress.
Okay.
Could you show us the way, please?
That's kinky.
That is why I'm here for.
All right, then show the way.
And he starts walking into the fire pits.
Like while it's on fire.
He doesn't seem to care about it. It's just he walks past mounds that just as he's walking.
Ashdy just walks behind him.
I'm just gonna walk behind him. Is the ground hotter here, or is it
It's a
still tolerable?
little warmer, yeah.
But it's tolerable?
Mhm.
Okay. So, Edge follows.
I follow.
So you follow him for, and every once in a while he'll walk by, and you'll follow him behind, and you'll just feel this immense heat hitting you as the geyser is bursting from the ground.
Some of Edge's whiskers probably get singed.
Sarah's Amelia's getting a little crusty.
My socket aches.
So, after a couple minutes of this, you walk out into normal ground again. And you can see this sort of smooth clip face heading up to the castle. And he walks up it.
Follow him.
He walks up to the castle gate, and the doors just simply open for him as he walks inside.
Okay. Follow him.
At this point, there's nothing we can do.
Yep.
Yep.
Uh,
Actually, I'm gonna turn around and leave.
inside appeared. Sarah, bring up the texture.
Oh, fuck. Wait. Hold, please.
Elevator music.
I have that.
This is breaking my immersion, guys.
Listen.
Are you playing
This
it
is
over?
this is good music though. This isn't elevator music. This is good music.
I'm expecting like, Spider-Man 2
Okay.
elevator music.
Okay.
So, this is what the floor texture appears to be.
I like that.
And it very much glows with almost a lava heat, but it's flat marble.
I like it. I like it a lot.
The walls are fairly similar, though a lot more subdued. And everything seems to curve up into an archway sort of feel.
Well, despite the penis-shaped palace, she does have good taste in everything else.
It is true.
Pretty.
So, you walk on down this corridor, and you see doors that are very much obviously locked off. And you're just following this man all the way down the hallway and up a flight of stairs to a larger door.
Okay. Can I see any staff or anywhere of the mopey men around? Is it empty?
It's
Nothing
empty.
interesting or
It
anything?
appears to be empty.
It's the movie.
So
Go in that boat.
he opens up the doors, or the doors open for him,
We are the men in Mope.
and he walks inside to this relatively decently sized but still relatively small throne room. Same floor texture, same sort of walls, same arching ceiling. And you can see at the end this raised platform that has this sort of curved, almost appearance of fire thrown on it. And you can see there appear to be 12 different display cases set up. 3 in each column. And a very clear path down the center. And up on the wall appear to be mounts of heads.
Of heads?
Of heads.
Like
What heads?
That
Right.
appear to be of demonic origin.
So in this
Maybe you can
room,
find
there's
orchestra.
12 display cases,
Uh-huh.
4 rows of 3,
What?
and mounted. What's in the display cases?
Yes.
So, in order of top down and then left to right for all of them.
Oh my god.
In the top left one
Okay.
appears to be sort of this curved dagger that its blade seems to have like the slightest sheen of green on it with a black, almost like a dark, infinite black handle.
That sounds fun.
Okay.
In the next case seems to be a rolled up set of tools.
So this is the. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to worry about this later.
Yep.
You said it's going this way, right?
It's this way.
This way. Okay.
A rolled up set of tools in a worn leather bag. Like a butcher's bag. And the next one appears to be cards, a deck of cards, a fairly large one, that are long and thin.
Mm.
In the next column, far end, appear to be a set of ordinary looking binoculars. In the next one, appear to be a set of standard leather boots that have blood stains all over it. The next one appears to have almost a set of alchemical tools. In the right column appears to be a large black tome with a bleeding heart on the front.
Cool.
In the next one, a taller display case, appears to have a long, dark, like purple and black have mixed staff with what appears to have a figurehead of a mutilated spider on top of it.
That's fun.
The next one seems to be a little out of place with the decor. And it's a shining, white, pristine helmet with wings flowing out from behind it. And in the farthest right column appears to be a helmet similar to the white one, but this is stark black and scorched. The next one has a blue quill that's a large feather on it that seems to curve very naturally. And then the final display case appears to be a fairly decent sized vial with green liquid in it and what appears to be a goat head as the cork.
This is interesting.
I like the dagger.
I like a lot of this.
Mary has suspicions. I'm trying to decide if Edge would have any.
No.
I only.
Ashdy.
Based off Edge's backstory, you would know nothing about demons.
Nothing about demons. What about magical items?
Nothing about demons.
Would Ashdy have any knowledge whatsoever?
I can't touch them because they're in the display cases, so I can't identify them. But I'm going to roll a history or arcana check, I guess. See if I recognize any of these. Which one? I'm gonna pick history.
Would any of this information have been in the book?
You
that
could
Ashdy
probably
read?
roll an arcana to see what
There
magic
would have been
they...
descriptions of
Yeah, but my history
demons
is
and
better.
what they rule over.
Yeah, but would you historic your
Mhm.
character would have
But none of
knowledge
the
None of
items.
enough to rule
Could
history?
I look at any of the
She's
demon heads?
she's
and
trained
see
in
if
history and
any
she's a
of
part
that
of lore.
Sure.
would come back to me from the book?
You recognize a couple of the heads. You recognize one that appears to be, by description, Aldinak. Aldinach.
N-A-C-H.
You notice one that appears to be Iblis. E-B-L-I-S. One that appears to be Kurzit. K-E-R-Z-I-T.
Are these demon lords?
These are demon lords.
Oh my. Oh no.
And the final head
Oh. Okay.
seems to be Verin. V-E-R-I-N. Thank you, Thunder.
So, can I roll history or arcana
Sure.
on these items?
All demon lord heads.
Meleo wouldn't know anything
Nope.
about it. Nothing.
The
Do you
only,
want to use the...
Good.
the only reason I know is because I read the book.
No, I don't know.
So, would I know any information on those four specifically?
Sure. So, you know that Aldinak ruled over the sort of will to change and transformation. You know that Iblis was a demon lord that favored warriors who fought till the end, didn't give up. You know that Kurzit was a highly powerful magic user. And you know that Verin valued knowledge.
Knowledge. And do they look real? Like, do they look like...
They look very real, in particular languages.
So they're definitely the heads of these creatures.
In particular languages.
For Verin.
Oh! Well, you just said they look very real in particular
They
languages.
They look so real, in fact, that there appears on their pedestals that there is still blood that is dried.
Oh,
Fun.
okay. Okay. Is there anything else in the room?
That is all that's in this room.
Something's telling me we should have brought backup.
Well, so long as we don't intend to cause any anger or rage.
Well, there's a few demon lord heads up there.
The good thing is we're not demon lords, and the mistress of this place know we're here. I feel
Is that
like
a good thing?
Do you still have the...
Would that be? I don't think that would be useful. in this
Let's
situation.
not-
She probably just tried to steal.
yeah, let's not pull that out.
last minute marketing chip, perhaps, though?
Very last minute.
Very last.
There's some other people that I could use.
Yeah, there's no
this
very
marketing
last
for.
minute, but we
First
have
walks
it.
forward.
It's something
After
that we
a giant
have.
swig
It's
of
a card that we shouldn't.
Worst case scenario, but I'd rather see
You
for
walk
something
forward.
else.
No, yeah, me too.
Well, like I'm
absolutely.
walking closer to the throne.
Yeah.
Thing.
I follow Ashdy.
Nothing happens.
Nope.
Follow, keeping eyes on the ground.
I also keep my eyes on the ground.
I have my.
So, couple minutes go by, and Suddenly, a doorway that didn't appear to be there, behind the throne, opens up. And stepping through... Where the fuck is it there?
What the fuck?
What are you doing?
I don't know where it is.
I don't think you have it.
What are you?
Pulling up the image of Estrada
On where?
on my computer.
Okay, I was gonna be like,
Oh, that's right. She hot.
she hot.
Mm-hmm.
She's sexy.
And she know it.
Castrata walks through.
I keep my eyes
So-
to the ground.
Does Ashdy know for sure that if he looks her in the eyes with the sunglass on, that it's not gonna do anything?
It's very dark.
So, like, can he make the assumption that it won't affect him?
With the sunglass on,
Yes.
you couldn't tell their eyes were pink.
Well, Ashdy's just gonna look at it then.
Keep my eyes on.
I'm debating whether or not it'd be worth it to just stare at her boobs.
Not worth it. Not,
Not
worth
worth
it.
it.
Not
Not
worth
Because
it.
all she would have to do is bend down.
Yeah, I was gonna look at her feet.
Yeah, me too.
So, as she walks in, the door behind her slides shut again. Oh, well. Isn't this an expected surprise?
Can you have an expected surprise?
Quiet.
Well,
It's like a birthday party that goes wrong.
hello, Mistress Castrata, I presume.
Yes, you can call me that.
I actually forgot what we're here for.
The fucking heart.
You lost!
That's right.
We don't. We don't.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I completely forgot why we're here.
Oh, no.
All
You know, the single most important thing to our current plotline.
I just want to say that I did not lose it.
You
It
lost.
was stolen.
That's the definition of losing.
That's not what Loki said.
Oh, what did Loki say?
He said you lost it in a drinking game.
It's
It wasn't up for wager, but, you know. A god is a god. He'll do what they please.
Okay, Ashdy. Yes. We don't mean to intrude, but we would very much like that heart back for just a moment. We are happy to return it to you. But
No. Unless you have something worthwhile. Because I see quite a lot of value in a heart, if you can tell.
I can see that. We have gold. We have interesting items.
Take a look around the room.
You're more of an items kind of gal, I presume.
Very important items.
Ha!
Oh no.
Oh boy, you ain't leaving here with that fiddle.
No.
no, there's no way you're leaving here with that fiddle. That's the best thing we got. I've got jack shit.
And if you have nothing to trade me, then I see no point to keeping you.
I
I
might
do
have.
actually. I have this fancy dancy sword that I stole from a bunch of dragon cultists. I don't know. You seem to have some weapons in the cases.
I don't deal with dragons.
Well, the sword itself is obviously not a dragon. It is just.
Or those who worship.
The sword doesn't worship them either.
That is also true. The sword is just a sword that has some
That
magical properties.
happened to be made by.
Yes. It is a very ornate sword that I don't see anything like it in your collection, so I think it would be a grand addition to your
From her
collection.
hand. She takes her arm and just swings it out next to her, and you see a spiked fire whip in her hand.
Okay.
I have plenty of fire weapons. I don't need a measly little sword.
How about
Well, I honestly did not mention that it was a fire weapon. It could be others. I just said it was a magical weapon.
a trident from Poseidon himself?
Fire!
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, goodness.
Well, actually, I think I don't understand why you would complain about having too much fire and then complain about a trident. Because the trident itself, is not actually Poseidon.
Yes, but it
I
would
feel like you're
attract
being a
him
little bit
here.
too. I feel like you're being a little bit too picky.
It would attract a god here, a god of water, to a land of fire. And I would rather.
To be fair though,
I
you
would
had.
rather like to keep my fire.
I mean, to be fair, you had Njord standing at the gate, so I feel like
I
a
do
god of water
I
standing
do
at your
not
gate is the same thing.
scuffle with the Norse. I have nothing to worry when it comes to that.
How would you feel about a temporary trade of items? A heart is always worth more any item you could have. But if you had something in its stead for a while, would they miss you?
I do not bargain in borrows.
Are you sure this isn't worth it? And I pull out the fiddle of Orcus. I think you would recognize.
She's just silent.
I'm really sad.
Yeah.
I liked that fiddle.
I did too,
I
but
worked
it was
hard. I
not
worked
worth
hard
it.
to
There was nothing else.
There was
that we
no.
Yeah, we had
I
no.
worked.
No.
I worked hard to get that fiddle.
I know how you. Would I know how she feels about?
Gideon warned us.
Yeah,
We talked to Gideon about Phil.
I've heard how you feel about your father, and I start putting the fiddle back in my bag. And while I'm very attached to this fiddle and have no desire to return it to its owner, I need that heart for this moment a little bit more than I need this fiddle.
Get out.
Oh, you do not want this.
I have put every measure in my way to keep my father away. Why would I take something he can track?
Okay, we'll get out, but we need that heart.
Well, obviously, it doesn't seem very important to him if he hasn't tracked it down at this moment.
It really hasn't. Just don't
Yeah,
play
we
it.
really haven't had any problems with it.
Considering we actually stole it from someone else who's had it for quite a while.
That's true.
My father can be lazy,
Well, can't we all?
but the second he realizes where it is located, he will not hesitate.
Now, who says that you have to have it here? Why don't you just hide it somewhere?
Because this is where I live. This is my place.
But you
And-
could also use it to trap him.
That is also true.
I do not care to trap. I do not care to kill. I do not care to do anything with my father.
Well, that would be a little bit awkward. Incest is a little bit unruly.
Okay, I'm sorry, everybody. Here,
I'll
I
kill
feel like
you first.
That's perfectly fine.
I
Go
feel
for
like
it.
I'm gonna regret this very quickly. But I pull out the fiddle again and I start grabbing the bow. I say, we just need the heart for a moment, and we will go.
You see Castratus up. Don't you dare.
You
We
should
don't want any problems, and I don't want to do this as much. At any moment, we've already tried this in another area, and it's bit us in the ass. But you don't understand how desperate we are for that heart. I will return it to you. You can track us and ensure that I will return this heart to you. But without this heart, we cannot continue our journey.
Are you looking at her?
Nope, I'm looking at her
Okay.
feet.
Okay.
I'm just looking at you because I cannot talk to you without. Please. I am
amazing.
begging you. This is the only option we have now. We have a bug on our back that I'm really eager to kill off. You can take part of that if you want to. I don't care what you're about. But I need this heart. If only for a moment, I need this. A moment should be nothing to you. You're an entity far greater than I am. And I'm not one to break my word. And I take the bow away a little bit.
I just wrote in my notes, Meleo's a fucking badass.
Thanks.
Castrata retracts her whip. And the heart is in her hand.
I start putting the fiddle back.
She chucks it at you.
I catch it. I also
Get out.
put it in my bag.
Wait. I know this is a technical thing, I'm sorry, but if she's staring at her feet, she wouldn't have known.
The hand is like low enough to see it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not like avoiding it. Like, I can see
Okay,
her.
let her have her moment, damn it.
I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up, Ashdy.
Did she get an inspiration for that?
She should.
She
Like, that was
should.
freaking awesome.
Sure.
Yeah.
Before I go, I pass it to Edge to make sure that it is the heart. She can identify.
It's low.
Okay, and I put it in my in my bag. Just my bag.
Heated back.
I want something to put in it now. Okay, I'm gonna say thank you. We will be back.
A little note.
Yeah.
When the heart popped into your hand, it felt a little cold,
Oh boy.
and then heated back up.
She's been keeping it chill.
Any reason why it feels a little colder than normal that we should know about?
We probably should wash our laundry.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. You don't have to answer
She points over at Ashdy. You've read up on my father. You would know.
Ashdy would know. Aaron does not know.
that.
Orcus is a frost demon.
Fair. Alright.
So
Castrata is also
she's also a frost demon who surrounds herself in fire.
to keep her father.
Yeah.
Oof,
That would,
that's
that
rough.
would make sense.
I bow deeply and I
yeah.
thank her and I leave. I don't like I keep looking at her feet, but I don't turn around.
Mhm.
Just back away. We will be back.
It died.
Damn it.
Damn. All right.
It's so quiet now.
Yeah. It was nice background. It's
Yeah.
real nice.
Ashdy takes a chance, looks her in the eye. Good day, lady. And then I like bow and tip my hat to her.
She doesn't do anything. Doesn't respond. Nothing.
And then I walk away.
Walk away. Again, yeah. It's... Holy shit, Sarah.
I don't know how I did that. I thought I was gonna die.
Same.
Oh my god!
As we're walking out, Ashdy just leans over with a little fist bump. Good job.
Thank you.
Meleo, I'm taking you out for drinks tonight.
I would highly appreciate that. And
We should get her what I had last night.
We should not.
We should not.
You totally should.
I back
But-
away.
But maybe next week when Paolo is back.
Yes.
Now,
Don't tell her.
Oh,
anything
no.
about
I
it.
have a question. I actually just thought of this halfway through drinking. Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Halfway through drinking that drink, do you think Ashdy, just based upon the fact of how much he drinks for certain like Constitution saving throws, that he could get advantage
That's
to
a
start
feat.
off with? That's a feat.
It's a
Oh,
feat
that's an actual
it's
thing.
a feat specifically in Taldore, so it would be up to you if you want to let him.
Read out the feet.
Actually, wait. There's. I need to find it.
Are we going to stop there?
You guys will head back to Doutro's, and that's
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Backgrounds, feats, rapid drinker. Through a lifestyle of hard competitive drinking, you've learned how to quaff drinks at an incredibly accelerated pace. You gain the following benefits. You can drink a potion as a bonus action instead of an action, and you have advantage on any saving throws triggered by ingesting an alcoholic or dangerous substance.
Yep. No, I'd say you can take that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next
There's a
time
couple
I
of-
can take
there's
a
couple
feat,
of
I'm
feats
taking
in here
that
if
feat.
anyone
4
wants to look
levels.
at them.
4 levels, I think.
Yeah, it's like every 4.
There's
I think that'd be fair. Level 8,
Yeah.
Yeah.
taking something like that.
yeah, there's actually a couple of really cool feats in here. if
That
you
was
wanna look at them.
freaking impressive.
Is there a
Thanks.
PDF? of
That was
Taldore?
very
There
impressive.
is. I can send it to you.
It's one of those
Or
moments
you
where I
can
was
borrow
like,
it.
this is
Actually,
either
I
a
need
great
to send it.
idea or
But yeah, I'll send it to you. I have
and I just ran with it.
Yeah.
Were you
That was
expecting me to do that?
That was amazing.
No, did you see his face?
That
I
was
could tell.
so
I could tell that
good.
was a Kyle face and not a
Yeah.
demon lady face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Because I was gonna lean it into combat, and then you pulled the fiddle out, and I was like, never mind, that'll stop her.
Damn.
That was amazing.
Well, luckily going into it, we knew that like the
Yeah.
fiddle was the only thing.
It was a
We,
party.
That was-
we thought we were gonna have to trade it,
yeah,
but we knew it was the only thing that was gonna.
that was so amazing.
That was awesome.
And it's recorded.
Yeah.
The
That's
la-
gonna be
the
one of the ones to draw for sure.
One thing I'll mention real fast is as you were walking back to the docks, there were 2 more ships. Exactly the same.
Just empty?
I don't like that. I
So
don't
does that mean-
like that.
Sid, can we make the assumption that mean that 2 more dudes just like died?
Are
into
there
the
names? Are there names on the ships?
Nope. Blank.
Edge is going to make careful note of them and also what Castrata's flag looks like.
I'll send you it.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Kyle.
So,
Do I know what these ships are?
you totally know what these
Oh,
are.
fuck you!
Like
Can-
Sarah know or Amelia
Sarah
know?
know.
Sarah
Amelia
know.
knows.
What does Sarah know?
Sarah can't tell you anything.
Why?
Because
I mean,
Sarah can
Meta-
tell us.
Mary definitely recognizes some of the items in that fucking.
I made up a good chunk of them, but sure.
Aaron doesn't metagame.
I
that's
do
a Kyle
not
question.
trust any fucking magical deck of cards that comes with an inch of me in D&D.
See, here's the thing, though. You think it's a deck of many things. It's a Demon Lord's advanced deck of many things.
That's
Ooh.
even fucking worse!
That'd be fun.
That's awful.
It's what a Demon Lord uses for fun.
No,
Jesus, what a day.
Ashdy really wanted to steal a lot of those things.
Both of the campaigns
Who
I'm
says
a
you'll
player
never be
in right
back,
now
and who
has
says
a
you'll never see those
modified
items
deck
again?
of
Oh no, I know. I assume.
will
I mean,
definitely be
based
back.
upon the amount that you described them, I know we're going to see them again.
I wrote full descriptions for these items.
But-
You're gonna fucking see them again.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I want to cast Identify on all the things, because some of these look really fucking cool.
One of them you can straight up look up online because it's an actual item that exists in D&D.
I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
Nope.
Dispute.
I want to say
Nope.
it's the black and purple staff with the spider.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Well, that does exist, just not
Oh,
the
it's
way
the
I'm doing
helmet.
it.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of The 8. If you enjoyed, please drop us a like, subscribe, and share with your friends as it really helps us a lot. If you'd like to check out the most recent episode, you can click that box in the top left. Or if you'd like to check out the rest of the playlist for The 8, then you can click that box in the bottom left. Again, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and remember, there's always a seat available at our table. Have a good one.